A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. You know what's the matter with a man when he gets a glassy glint in his eye and his hands begin to twitch and he starts wearing his oldest clothes? He's got fixitis. He's got to fix something. Any wife will recognize the symptoms in her husband, even unto Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
McGee, what are you doing now?
I can't tell you, Molly. You're going to be surprised, though, and I don't want you to come into the dining room until I get through. Now, no snooping.
McGee, I never snoop when you know it.
Ooh.
I flatter myself that I have less feminine curiosity than any woman I know.
Yeah. You sure flatter yourself. Hey, you know where the pliers are?
Yes, I do.
Well, I wish you'd leave them alone. I can never find any of my things when I want them.
Yes, sir.
When you take my pliers, put them back where you got them.
Yes, sir.
Don't be so careless. Where are they?
Sticking out of your hip pocket.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, I thought those dining room chairs were getting a little uncomfortable.
Say, why do you have to work in the dining room? You have a workbench and a tool chest all fixed up in the basement.
Because, Mrs. McGee, you're using my workbench to stretch curtains on. And you dumped out all my tools so you could use my tool chest to put preserves in. And it's too hot working down there near that furnace, and besides, the light is better up here.
What's the real reason?
I saw a spider down there.
Oh, for goodness sake. So you won't tell me what you're fixing, huh?
Nope, secret. And don't look so worried. I can take care of it, all right. I installed that new chime doorbell okay, didn't I?
Yes, except that it plays a different tune every time somebody rings it.
Sure it does. Why do you think I hooked it up with all those player piano rolls?
Well, I tell you, the milkman rang it yesterday, and it started to play Land of the Sky Blue Water, and was I ever embarrassed?
Well, it works. That's the main thing. You got to admit, when I start something, I get results.
Yes, but not the ones you expected.
I'll even... Oh, I forgot to go to the newsstand.
What'd you want at the newsstand, McGee?
Some Greek newspapers.
Why, you can't read Greek.
And that's why I wanted them.
I don't get it.
Well, I want to spread them out on the dining room table so as I won't scratch the table.
Oh.
If I use American papers, I get started reading them and I don't get anything done.
Well, now, is that bad?
You wait. You're really going to be delighted when I get through. Now, remember now, Molly, no peeking.
Oh, my. And to think I married him because he was so quiet and modest. Oh, dear. Come in. Oh, hello, Mrs. Uppington.
How do you do, my dear? And Mr... And what on earth is going on?
Well, it's McGee, Abigail. He's being the boy builder again.
Always a handyman about the house, isn't he, my dear?
Well, he's always about the house. I'll go that far with you. Oh, McGee, Mrs. Uppington is here.
Well, don't answer the door. Maybe she'll go away.
Well, I must say...
McGee, she's here, inside.
Huh?
Ah, you knew it all the time, you little joker, you.
Yeah, sure, I knew it. Just kidding, Uppy, old Drip.
Drip? Now, please, Mr. McGee.
Yes, Drip. You always remind me of a bottle of lovely perfume, Uppy. Slowly dripping its heavenly fragrance into the world to delight the soul of mankind.
Oh, Mr. McGee, how sweet.
Nice recovery, dearie.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, how are slum conditions over your way, Uppy? How does it seem to get away from your own degrading atmosphere for a glimpse into the lives of the better element?
Mr. McGee, you are so amusing, really. But sometimes I don't quite know how to take you.
Yes, and sometimes I wouldn't care how you took him if you only would.
Oh, don't fight over me, girls. And pardon my dirty hands, Uppy. I'm in the middle of a project. It's a secret for Molly.
Oh, well, can't you tell just me what it is, Mr. McGee? I won't say a word. Cross my heart.
Well, I don't know. Hitler crossed his heart, too, and then people found out he didn't have any.
Now, please, Mr. McGee, Don't mention me in the same breath with Hitler.
I should say not. The only resemblance between you and Hitler, Abigail, is that you're not a man either.
Let me whisper in your ear, Uppy. I'll tell you what I'm fixing for Molly.
Oh, do, Smitty. Here.
Well, and for a long time, she... So what does I do but I... And I've almost... What do you think?
Mr. McGee, how delightful, really.
Say, look, Abigail, I was just going to make some tea. Now, will you stay a while and have a hooker of oolong?
Don't you know, Mrs. McGee, I just stopped in to ask you and Mr. McGee to come to my New Year's Eve party.
Well, I don't know, Uppy. What kind of a ball are you going to bounce?
Oh, music and dancing and all that sort of thing, you know. A buffet supper at midnight. Oh, and Mrs. McGee, your Uncle Dennis has promised me he will mix up some of his special punch for the guests.
Oh, he did he? Well, if Uncle Dennis mixes it, Abigail, it'll have more authority than the OPM.
I'll say. That guy mixed me an eggnog last week when I had a little cold.
Oh, and then did you go right to bed, Mr. McGee?
They tell me I did. So you're throwing a brawl Wednesday night to give 1941 the bum's rush, are you, Uppy?
Is your party going to be formal, Abigail?
Yes, you don't mind, do you?
Oh, I should say not. When I get into my evening clothes, it changes my whole personality. I'm a different guy entirely, Uppy.
Indeed you are. Why, the night you and Mrs. McGee went to the opera with me, I overheard someone ask if you were Mr. Tracy.
Oh, Spencer?
No, Dick. They said he must be someone out of the funny paper. Oh, we'll drop over about 9 Wednesday. Goodbye.
That triple-chinned old walrus.
Now, take it easy, dearie. Personally, I always admired Dick Tracy. He's wonderful.
Say, he is at that, ain't he? Come to think of it, I have got that same steady look in my eye.
Sure.
That determined chin. That well-chiseled nose. Hey, where's my chisel, Molly? I got to get to work. I can't be standing around here all day.
Noise. I'm trying to play solitaire.
You calling me, Molly?
Yes, I was. Heavenly days, just look at you. I never saw you so grimy.
Oh, I know, but what's a ton of soil to a son of toil? That's what I always say. You get it, Molly? Ton of soil, son of toil?
It ain't funny, McGee.
Yeah. It ought to be. I got it out of that book you gave me for Christmas. 10,000 after-dinner jokes, speeches, anecdotes, and what to do till the dessert comes. Trying too hard.
There you are. Now listen, be a little more quiet. I'm trying to play a game of solitaire here. Well, you really fixed that doorbell, didn't you, dearie?
Yeah, it's wonderful, ain't it? The old gray mare. I wonder who that could be. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mayor Latrivia.
How do you do, Mrs. McGee? Don't let me interrupt your game of solitaire. Hello, McGee.
Hi, Latriv. Excuse my looks. I got kind of messed up working on a little job for Molly.
Don't pass the buck to me, son of toil. It was your idea, not mine. Won't you sit down, Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, no, Mrs. McGee. Now then, McGee, as one of our prominent citizens, I wish to ask you... black juice on red tray, Mrs. McGee.
Where? Oh, yes, thank you.
Don't mention it. As I was saying, McGee, we are putting on a drive to sell defense bonds and stamps.
Oh, swell. I got a great slogan for you.
You have? What is it?
Every time you buy a bond, you slap a Jap across the pond. How do you like it, Latrivia? Well, so the city is going to start a drive to sell bonds. Well, so what?
The procedure will be something like this, McGee. We will have a large sound truck playing recordings of military music. We stop the truck at prominent corners, and well-known citizens make speeches from the back platform and urge the crowds to buy defense bonds and stamps. Your name has been suggested.
Oh, I tell you, I'm sure McGee will be very useful, Mr. Mayor. Oh, he makes wonderful speeches.
Yeah. She ain't singing Dixie, Latrivia. I always been known as a guy who could use his head when he got up on his feet.
Oh. A contortionist. Well, I don't imagine we need any such...
Wait till I get up on that platform of that truck, Latrivia. I'll hold out my hand for silence, and then I'll say, real dramatic, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say, with a kind of a dramatic, emotional throb in my throat, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to hit Hitler, Mussolini, and Nipponese? Then there'll be a short cheer.
Excuse me, McGee. You don't understand. I'll be making the speeches.
Fine. You introduce me, and when I get up on that
You won't make any speeches.
Well, then what's he doing on the truck?
Changing the records for the military music. Meet me at the City Hall tomorrow morning. Good day, Mrs. McGee.
Well, dearie, looks like the only way you can wangle yourself into the City Hall is through a drain pipe. Well, aren't you burnt up?
Nope.
What?
They want me to turn records on a sound truck to sell defense bonds? Okay. I'll turn records. I'll do anything. I'll even drive the truck.
Well, good for you, McGee.
Betcha.
Now, why don't you go back to work? You know, it's getting awful quiet in here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dear. Now the 3 of hearts I need is buried. If I could only... Come in, Mr. Wilcox.
Hello, Molly. I just dropped in to thank you for the swell Christmas present. Hey, what goes on in the dining room? Sounds like Judgment Day in the junkyard.
Well, it's just McGee, Mr. Wilcox. He's fixing something. Says it's a secret.
Well, I don't know how you can play solitaire with that going on.
No, I don't either. You know, I think I'll give up.
I don't blame you. Say, Molly, can you tell fortunes with cards?
Only McGee. Every time he plays poker with the boys, I can predict that 4 men will cross his path, and he'll lose $4.25. Why, can you?
No, but I can read your palm.
Can you really?
Sure. Here, give me your right hand.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love to have my fortune told. McGee, be more quiet. I'm trying to talk to Mr. Wilcox.
What's saying, Molly? Hi, fellow.
Hi, Fibber. Now, let me see here. This
Doggone it, Wilcox. You might let go of my wife's hand long enough to say hello. Hey, what is this anyway?
Don't be silly, McGee. He's reading my palm.
Oh, reading your palm. Well, what does the ladies' lunch hook tell you, pretty gypsy?
Madam, you were born in the Middle West, one of a large family. You were married when quite young to your childhood sweetheart, although you might have acquired wealth and position if you had chosen another man.
He means Otis Cadwallader, McGee.
I know who he means. Though I don't know how he can see him in your hand. You haven't got a wart. That come out even?
He's always been a little jealous of Otis Cadwallader, Mr. Wilcox.
I have not. All that guy ever had was a mandolin, an underslung roadster, and an overfed look. Besides, what he got that...
Hey, am I reading Molly's palm or not?
Go ahead, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, I can see that the world has treated you very well. You've had a pretty easy life. You've been economical. And your married life has been very happy. You're an excellent housewife. You keep up appearances. You enjoy your leisure hours.
Hey, you aren't even looking at her hand, you big fake. You're looking right out the kitchen door.
Oh, what's the difference, McGee? He's told everything absolutely right. Say, how'd you know all that, Mr. Wilcox?
I saw that can of Johnson's self-polishing glow coat out there on the table, Molly. That tells anybody you're a good housewife. You enjoy plenty of leisure, you keep up appearances, you're economical, and lead a pretty easy life because glow coat saves you time and money and beautifies your home.
Oh, wonderful. I suppose you could look at a can of glow coat and see that she was born in the Middle West and was one of a large family.
No, but she has a Peoria High School ring on her finger, and there's a large family portrait on the piano with Molly in the middle.
Well, he's a regular Sherlock Holmes, dearie.
Oh, any Johnson wax man can tell a lot about people by looking around a house. To be an expert on surfaces, you have to know what's underneath. See you later, folks.
Oh, dear, what a fortune teller. All he needs is a bandana turban, a violin, and gold earrings.
Well, never mind about that. Now, you finish your job. I'll have to be setting the table for dinner pretty soon.
Well, I'll be through almost any time now. If I can find my little bitsy screwdriver. You know where it is?
Is that the one you used to take the alarm clock apart with?
Yeah, that's the one. Where is it?
Well, I haven't seen it since you put that clock back together.
Me either. How's the clock running now?
Well, it's very accurate if you put it on the dresser facing the mirror.
Huh?
The hands run around backwards. Wow. We're doing a nice business here, aren't we? Who do you suppose that is?
I got 2 magic words I always use to find out things like that. Come in. Well, Mrs. Wearybottom.
Oh, hello, folks. I just stopped in to wish you a very happy new year, and it certainly will be if we lick those dirty little sons of the rising sun. Imagine what they're doing in the Philippines.
Well, just give them enough manila and they'll hang themselves.
I suppose you're going to see the old year out at a nightclub tomorrow night, but not me after what happened last New Year's Eve.
Yeah?
There I was hooping it up with my little paper hat on and blowing my horn for all was out, and I started across the dance floor on my way to the powder room, and I got some gum on my shoe, and I tried to scrape it off while I walked, and I got a prize for doing a rumba. My goodness, Mr. McGee, you must be an older man than I thought. You could never get that dirty in only 40 years. Well, Happy New Year, folks.
The King's Men singing Old Dan Tucker.
Funny old man with a funny old pan, and the name of this funny old bunny was Dan. Yep, old Dan Tucker was a fine old man. He washed his face in a frying pan. He combed his head with a wagon wheel and died with a toothache in his heel. So get out the way, old Dan Tucker. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker. You're too late, too late, too late for supper, too late for supper. What a hungry old fella was old Dan Tucker. Come too late for to get his supper. Supper over, breakfast to cooking. Leaves old Dan all standing looking. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker. You're in the way, old Dan Tucker. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker. You're too late, too late, too late for supper. Too late for supper. Old Dan Tucker, too late for supper.
Old Dan Tucker, now he got drunk. He fell in the fire and he kicked out a chunk. A red-hot coal got in his shoe. And oh my golly, how the ashes flew. So get out the way, old Dan Tucker. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker. Oh, get out the way, old Dan Tucker. You're too late to get your supper. Oh, shortened bread, possum in the pan. Should be a plenty for a hungry old man.
But Dan was starving for to eat corn pone with chicken meat. So he went out and stole some pulleys. Come running home with his pants full of bullets. Get out the way for old Dan Tucker. Get out the way for old Dan Tucker. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way for old Dan Tucker. Can't sit down to eat his supper now. Poor old Dan. You said poor old Dan. I said old Dan Tucker is a growing gray. The time is a coming for Judgment Day. When he gets to the pearly gate, I hope to goodness he won't be late. Oh, get on the way, old Dan Tucker. Get on the way, old Dan Tucker. Get on the way, old Dan Tucker. Get on the way. Get on the way. Get on the way. Get out of his way. He won't be late for supper on that Judgment Day.
Get there. If I do, I did a whipping. I doed it. How about that? I overdoed it.
McGee? Yoo-hoo, McGee, come here a minute.
Doggone it, Molly, how can I ever get this job finished if you keep interrupting me? Hey, what's the iodine for?
Well, when you start tinkering, McGee, I get ready for anything. Just take a look in my sewing basket.
Well, I'll be iodine, bandages, splints, court plaster, and a cake of laundry soap. Hey, what's the soap for?
Well, that's to wash your mouth out if you hit your hand with the hammer again and say what I think you said.
I didn't say what you thought I said. I merely said that every time I slam it, it swells.
Oh. Well, Well, for goodness sakes, get done with that mysterious job of yours and take a bath. You're simply filthy. Is that one of your good shirts?
Search me. I can't remember what color it was when I started work.
Take a look at your hands. You'll never get them clean.
Ah, that's the time I got you. I got rubber gloves on, so that... Uh-oh. No, I haven't either. I forgot all about them.
Well, I only hope this job is worth all the time and effort and noise, that's all.
It is. You got my word for that, Molly. This is something you were going to do yourself and kept putting it off.
Me? Well, what on earth is... Oh, come on, tell me.
No, it's going to be a surprise. This is going to be the greatest thing that ever...
Oh, dear. Come in. Hello, Mr. Mills.
Hello, Molly. Where's Fibber?
What do you mean, where's Fibber? I'm Fibber.
Oh, excuse me, Skimp. I didn't know you in the coal miner's outfit.
Well, he's been working on some kind of a hush-hush job, Mr. Mills, though I don't know what it could be that would get him that dirty.
Well, you'll find out. Have a cigar, Billy?
Thanks. I got one.
You got two? Thanks. Smells good. Christmas stuff?
Nope. Got that from one of my trumpet players. Just had a baby.
Ah, isn't that nice? How long will he be out of the band, Mr. Mills?
He'll never be out of any band long, babe, as long as he gives the maestro these 15 centers.
That's all. Say, I like your voice since you caught cold, Billy.
Yeah. It's just too Andy Devine.
Thanks.
By the way, Billy, how long have you been a musician?
38 years.
Heavenly days. How old are you now?
40. I had a drum when I was 2, a xylophone when I was 3, a piano when I was 4, and a sweet potato when I was 5, with gravy.
Well, what'd you have when you were 6?
Measles and a B-flat harmonica.
Oh. What did you get at 7?
X-rayed.
X-rayed? What for?
Swallowed the harmonica.
Did they operate?
Nope, still got it. Right down here.
Oh, heavenly days, Mr. Mills. Doesn't it ever cause you any trouble?
Oh, now and then, babe. I get a chord G when I tie my shoes, and I hiccup and B-flat.
Stick around a while, Billy. After I get cleaned up, I'll play a game of ping pong.
By the time you get cleaned up again, Skimp, we'll both be too old to play ping pong. So long, babe.
Too old to play ping pong. Hey, Mom. Do I really look that dirty, Molly?
Indeed you do, dearie.
Yeah, I guess I do. I'm a mess. Give me a hairpin, will you?
Oh, never mind your hair. Put your hat on.
Oh, I didn't want it for my hair. I want to use it for a screwdriver. On account of I lost the screwdriver I had.
Uncle Dennis is home early tonight.
Well, I got to get this job finished, Molly. One more little adjustment, it's all set. Now, wait just a minute. I'll be right back.
Now, control yourself, Molly. Remember, they laughed at Robert Fulton and they sneered at Edison. Who knows what McGee might be doing out there?
Hot dog. There she is. Okay, Molly, it's finished. I did it, and all by myself.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. What did you do? Now, tell me.
Well, you know that portable typewriter of yours?
Yes.
Well, I changed the ribbon on it.
Oh, my.
By the time we get together again next week, we'll all be trying to remember to write 1942 instead of 41. May I suggest one way to solve that problem? Take a pencil and paper and write down 50 times this sentence. In 1942, I resolved to practice protective housekeeping. Now, you can see what immense benefits such a resolution would bring. In the first place, furniture and woodwork would be protected against dirt and wear by a tough coat of genuine Johnson's wax. In the second place, this protective shield of wax will give your home that richly polished look, the extra beauty that decorators and careful housekeepers so much admire. And in the third place, the regular use of Johnson's wax will save you work all through the year, give you more time for useful defense service. Dust and dirt, you know, just don't stick to a wax-polished surface. Now, there are over 100 extra labor-saving uses for wax in your home. Uses like windowsills, leather goods, shoes, lampshades, Venetian blinds. And did you know that genuine Johnson's wax is now available in 3 forms: paste, liquid, and cream wax? Buy some this week.
Now, McGee, you go right upstairs and get cleaned up. Don't even sit down any place before you get out those clothes.
Okay, but I don't think you're being very appreciative.
Well, I'm sorry you think so.
Fine thing. Here I cut my hands to pieces, break my best screwdriver, ruin my clothes, and waste a whole day, and for what?
For the Wistful Vista typewriter shop, if you must know.
Yeah, well, that's... Huh? What do you mean?
This is their typewriter.
Huh?
I took mine down yesterday to get the ribbon changed.
What? You mean... Oh, sure. Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax Finishes for Home and Industry, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. The Kraft Cheese Company, makers of parquet margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products, presents Harold Perry as The Great Gildersleeve. Kraft brings you The Great Gildersleeve every week at this time, written by John Wheaton and Sam Moore, with music by Claude Sweeten. We'll hear from the Great Gildersleeve in just a moment. Now, more than ever, America needs us strong. Even tougher jobs lie ahead in 1945, so it's not too late to make good family nutrition your special New Year's resolution. And to help your hard-working family replace some of that vital energy they use up daily, one of the best foods you can serve is delicious parquet margarine. This nutritious spread for America's bread is a top-notch energy food, and Kraft makes parquet an even more valuable food by adding 9,000 units of vitamin A to every single pound. And there's still another way parquet margarine aids good family nutrition. Parquet's fresh, delicate flavor makes other wholesome foods taste better. Makes you want to eat and enjoy your full share of bread, rolls, and cooked vegetables. So make parquet a regular part of your family's daily diet. Buy delicious, nourishing parquet. P-A-R-K-A-Y. Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Now let's join our friend the Great Gildersleeve as he winds up the year 1944. It's the day before New Year's in Summerfield, and Gildersleeve, after considerable pressure from Leroy and with considerable reluctance on his own part, finds himself at last on skates. That is, he stands nervously on his old rockers at the edge of Tolly's Pond, while Leroy and Marjorie cut fancy figures on their new Christmas tubulars.
Hey, look out, Leroy!
Don't worry, I'll never hit you. Hey, Mark, I'll race you down to the end of the pond and back. You know, I think it's mean to leave Unky here all alone.
Don't mind me, my dear. Just have your fun.
Oh, come on, Uncle Mort, skate with me a little. You can hold my arm.
I don't like the looks of this pond.
It's a good pond. Safe, too,
Well, I don't know.
Come on, let's try it. I'll take one arm and Leroy can hold the other.
I want Leroy to keep away from me. I better try it alone first.
You're doing fine, huh?
That's not as bad as I thought.
Why, you're wonderful, Unky.
I used to be quite a skater in my younger days.
Did you play hockey?
No.
Why not?
It hadn't been invented. By George, this is fun. Come on, Marjorie. I'll race you down to the end of the pond.
Okay. Wait a minute. I got a better idea. Let's play I Got It.
You've got what?
I got it. It's a game like tag, only everyone chases the one that's got it.
Well, who's got it?
I have.
Well, you won't have it long.
Chase him over here, Uncle Martin. I'll get him.
No, sir. I'm going to catch him myself.
Oh, yeah?
Why, you... No, I'm all right.
Yeah, let me give you a hand, Unc.
Thank you. Oop,
There. You okay, Unc?
Yeah, at least I think so.
Well, I still got it.
You can have it, my boy.
Unky, where are you going?
I'm going to find something nice and soft and sit on it.
You got it.
You almost finished, Floyd?
Pretty near, Commissioner. You getting fidgety?
No, my back's a little sore. Hurts when I move.
Sit still, then.
Hurts when I sit still too long.
Well, won't be long now, as the monkey said when his tail got caught in a lawnmower. You gonna make a little whoopee tonight, Commissioner?
No.
No whoopee?
No. Judge Hooker hooked me into an evening at the Lawyers Club. You can just imagine the kind of whoopee goes on there.
How'd you happen to get sucked into that, anyway? Last I heard, the judge was going to handle that suit against you for that senorita.
Well, he said she had no case. In fact, he was so friendly about it that I thought I ought to spend New Year's Eve with him.
Oh, one of them things. Well, you should squawk. We got to spend the evening with the wife's folks.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah, they're pretty strict. Father ain't a bad guy. Probably like to sneak out with me if he got a chance. But her mother...
Oh? What's the matter with her?
Used to have money. Claims she did, anyway. To hear her tell it, she was practically an heiress, and the old man come along and married her when she wasn't looking.
Oh.
If you ask me, he's the one wasn't looking. Yes, sir, she's...
Ow!
What's the matter? Did I nip you?
Why don't you sharpen your scissors, Floyd?
I hone these scissors every day. Must have run into a tough hair.
All my hairs are identical. Just watch it.
I'll watch it. But as I was saying, the old lady claims she used to have money, so she always acts like everybody else was some kind of a bum from across the tracks. But if she was an heiress, her old man must have been a burglar, because her table manners never come from Park Avenue. Uses a knife and fork like a bulldozer.
Aren't you almost through, Floyd?
I guess so. Well, here comes another customer. Hi, Judge.
Happy New Year, Floyd. Well, Gildy, making yourself pretty, I see.
Just a haircut, Judge. Start the new year with a clean slate.
I hear you and Mr. Gildersleeve are going on a tear tonight, Judge. Is that right?
Mr. Gildersleeve is to be my guest at the Lawyers Club. We have an annual entertainment.
I hear it's pretty wild, though. Women climbing out of pies and all that.
Now, take it easy, Floyd.
There'll be nothing like that on the evening's agenda.
Agenda? Is there going to be an agenda?
I was being humorous, Gildy.
Oh.
The program will consist principally of our annual mock trial.
Trial, huh? Who's the prisoner?
The year 1944 will be on trial for its wife. I play the part of Father Time, and Judge Hofstadter is the prosecutor. Last year, he gave a summation of 1943. It was about as brilliant a piece of history as you ever heard.
History?
You'll enjoy it, Gildy. Some of the side remarks are very funny, too.
Well, it sounds great, Judge, but...
I never forget last year when Walter Irving, as counsel for the defendant, told the court that 1943 would go down in history as the year of sulfanilamide and penicillin. Hofstadter objected on the grounds this statement was drugged in. Was much funnier if you could have seen Hofstadter's face when he said it.
Yeah, look, Horace, this all sounds like a lot of good fun, but I don't know whether I'm going to be able to make it tonight.
Can't make it? Why, Gildy, I've arranged for you to be on the jury.
Oh, wonderful, Horace. I appreciate it, too, but, the fact is, I don't feel very good.
Oh, poppycock. Never saw you looking better.
No, I mean it, Judge. I'm afraid maybe I've got a little touch of sacroiliac.
Sacroiliac?
Mm-hmm.
I know just what to do for it. Had it all my life. I've got a special prescription Peavey makes up for me.
Oh, but this is different, Horace.
Oh, different, my eye. Come on, now. Peavey will fix you up as good as new, and you'll get in on all the fun tonight.
Oh,
come on.
All right. Don't push me, Judge. Here, Floyd. Happy New Year.
Thanks.
Have a good time tonight.
Same to you, Commissioner.
Brings you here?
Judge Hooker brings me here, Peavey. He claims you got a magic remedy for sacroiliac.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know, Peavey, the stuff you gave me that time I had the accident at the carnival?
Oh, yes, that might alleviate it. I've got a bottle of it right here.
What was your accident at the carnival, Judge?
I fell off the merry-go-round.
Serves you right, you old goat.
Well, there it is, Mr. Gildersleeve. I make this up myself from a formula I picked up some years ago. Several of my customers have had very happy experiences with it.
Oh? You drink it or rub it on the place?
Oh, you rub it on. What's the nature of the injury?
Well, I was skating and I fell on the ice.
For that area, you'll need the larger bottle.
Now see here, Peavey. You too, Hooker. This is no matter. I'm a sick man.
You just rub this on and lie quiet for a couple of days.
That's right. Lie quiet, Judge. That's the very thing.
That's ridiculous. I never had to lie quiet.
Yeah, and you never got cured. I'm not taking any chances.
Now, you're just trying to get out of going to the lawyers' club.
Why, Horace, how can you think that?
All right. If you don't want to come, don't come. Goodbye.
Goodbye yourself. Peavey, I'm sorry I had to start a row in here, but I couldn't just see myself spending New Year's Eve with a bunch of lawyers. What are you doing tonight, Peavey?
Well, same as every year. Go to bed at 10 o'clock, and if the whistles wake us up at 12, we say Happy New Year.
Yeah, by George, that's the sensible way to do it. The whole idea of sitting up till all hours is silly.
Oh, it's all right if you feel like it, I guess.
No, Peavey, it's just silly. Sensible way is to get a good night's sleep and get a flying start on the new year. Jump into 1945 with both feet and start punching.
Yeah, I always clean out the cellar New Year's Day.
Well, I don't say I'll go as far as that, Peavey.
Well, hello, Mrs. Ransom.
Hello, Mr. Peavey.
Leela. Happy New Year.
Same to you, Throckmorton, and a Happy New Year to Mr. Peavey, too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Peavey and I were just talking about New Year's Eve, Leela. I bet you're going out on some wild party till all hours, aren't you?
Well, no, Throckmorton. I decided I wouldn't. Back home I would, but it's not the same up here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, in Summerfield the men don't dress, and there aren't any of the old traditions like the eggnog and all that make it such fun down home.
Oh, I guess you're right, Leela.
I suppose you'll be tan around, though, won't you, Throckmorton?
No, I just about decided to go to bed early and get a flying start on 1945.
That sounds awfully sensible.
No, I wouldn't say that.
What?
If I were as young as either of you, I'd raise little Ned tonight, and that's fact.
Oh, you would, Peavey?
I certainly would.
By George, maybe you're right. Leela, how about it? Let's have some fun this evening. I'll put on my dress suit and make some eggnogs.
Oh, Throckmorton, but what about your flying start on 1945?
The heck with 1945. That's next year.
Greg Gildersleeve will be with us again in just a few seconds. You know, Sunday night pancake or waffle feast is a welcome change from the elaborate menus you may have been serving through the holiday season. And to make your pancakes and waffles really sing out with appetite appeal, spread on some delicious parquet margarine for the crowning touch of flavor. Your family and guests are sure to enjoy parquet's fine flavor. It's so fresh, so delicate, and so satisfying. In fact, parquet margarine is enjoyed daily in millions of homes. Is one of America's favorite spreads for bread, hot toast, and rolls. And it's wonderfully nourishing, too. Parquet is high in food energy value, and Kraft guarantees every single pound of parquet margarine to contain 9,000 units of important vitamin A. So for good nourishment and real flavor enjoyment, buy and serve Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y. Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Yes, Kraft makes Parquet. Back now to the great Gildersleeve, who is determined to show his southern neighbor that the holiday hospitality of Summerfield can be quite as gracious and festive as that of the Old South. With Marjorie going out for the evening with friends and Leroy spending the night at Piggy's, he figures he should have a free hand. Well, we'll see. Oh, here he comes down the stairs and all dressed up.
Holy smokes, look at Unc. He's got his waiter suit on. His tails, Leroy. Uncle Mort, you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
Oh, I love you in tails. You look so distinguished.
Well, you're looking very fit yourself, my dear. A regular little princess. Isn't she, Leroy?
Yeah, she's okay. When she gets dressed up.
Thank you, Leroy.
You like that thing she's got in her hair, Unc?
Very pretty.
I gave her that. Great meat.
Who are you going out with, my dear?
A friend of Francie's. His name is Keith.
Keith. The only boy I ever knew named Keith I didn't like. I suppose it's all right, though, if you get home early. Want you in by 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, New Year's Eve?
Oh, have a heart, Unc. She's got to at least hear the new year come in.
Well, 12 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, Unky, it's New Year's.
All right, 12:30 then.
1 o'clock?
All right, 1 o'clock. But not a minute later. I don't want you up to all hours with anybody named Keith. And you, Leroy.
Don't worry about me, Unc.
Have a good time. Be a good boy if you can, but have a good time.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you don't mind, I think I'll be going. Oh, my goodness, don't you look grand?
Oh, you like it, Bertie?
I sure do. I ain't seen you wear that suit in years.
Well, the occasion has not arisen, Bertie. It's a little formal.
I didn't even know you could get into them clothes anymore.
Not only got into them, but there's room to spare. Look.
You must have shrunk.
Yeah. Weighed myself just before I came downstairs, Bertie, and I lost half a pound. What do you know, children? I'm going to finish 1944 a half-pound underweight.
You'll make it up when you see the midnight supper I fixed for you, Miss Ransom. Shrimp cocktails, chicken a la king with peas and shoestring potatoes, fruit salad, French pastry, and coffee.
Oh, my goodness, Bertie. Is that your idea of an intimate little supper?
Well, I fixed the supper, Mr. Gildersleeve. The rest is up to you.
Well, that's about time. 11:30. That's women for you. Oh, well.
Well, Throckmorton, you darling, you dress.
What did I tell you?
Oh, that just makes the evening. Men always look so handsome in evening clothes.
Well, let me turn on a little light here. Now, let me take... Leela, what have you done to yourself?
You like it?
Why, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Your hair, you've done something to it.
I'm wearing it a new way.
Oh, pretty.
You haven't mentioned my dress.
I was almost afraid to.
Oh, you. I declare you Yankees pay the prettiest compliments. Of course, you don't mean a word you say.
Don't you believe it. Oh, almost forgot. Here, to you.
For me? Bonjour, florist. Now, what could it possibly be?
Why don't you open it?
Flowers, a corsage. Oh, Throckmorton, this is too wonderful.
Nothing cheap about Gildersleeve.
I know. I'm going to be old-fashioned and wear 'em right here.
You need something there.
You're terrible. Oh, this is going to be such fun.
You don't know the half of it. The children are out. Bertie's out. We got the whole place to ourselves. Bertie left us a little supper. You know, intimate.
Oh, how romantic.
What do you say we eat it right now? I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Oh, not yet, Throckmorton.
Yeah, but I'm starved. I went easy on dinner so I'd be able to handle it. All we have to do is warm it up.
Oh, not before midnight, Throckmorton. That would spoil it.
All right, 12 o'clock then. Well, shall we go in the living room then?
Let's.
Ladies first.
Oh, you've still got your tree up. I'm so glad.
Well, the children hate to let it go.
I know. Let's turn on the tree lights and turn out all the others. It's more romantic that way, don't you think?
Yeah, and more fun, too.
Oh, it's like fairyland. Makes me feel like a child again.
Me, too.
Let's just sit here hand in hand and look at it for a while, shall we?
Okay.
I said hand in hand.
Sorry, Leela. You know, I thought you'd never get here, Leela. 11:30, just sitting here in my dress suit. I balanced my whole checkbook.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if I kept you waiting, Throckmorton, but I thought you'd want me to be pretty for you tonight.
Yeah, that's all right. I guess you had a lot to do.
Besides, down home things never really got started before midnight New Year's Eve. Just think, a year ago at this time I was in Savannah visiting.
And 2 years ago you were right here.
So I was. And 3 years ago I didn't even know you, Throckmorton. Think of that.
Tempus fugit.
Oh, it was all so short. We met, we were engaged.
And your husband turned out?
Poor Beauregard. was such a shock after believing he was dead all those years. And then to have him go the way he did, kicked by a mule.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never know which was the greatest shock, his coming or his going. Oh, and after that, what happened to us, Throckmorton?
I don't know, Leela. We just drifted apart, I guess. You went in the morning, and I buried myself in my work.
You went chasing after Eve Goodwin.
No, Leela, there was never anything like that. I liked Eve, and I admired her. I still do. But we were never right for each other. We found that out. You're the girl for me, Leela.
You mean that?
I was crazy not to know it all along.
Oh, then what about this Miss Del Rey? Dolores, is that her name?
Oh, nothing in that either, Leela. Never was. No, that was strictly Judge Hooker's mistake.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, Throckmorton.
Yeah, forget Dolores. I have. Let's just talk about you.
Oh, let's talk about the first time we met.
Hey, it's getting on toward midnight. How about eating now? We got shrimp cocktail, chicken.
Oh, not yet, Throckmorton. Not till 12 o'clock.
All right, 12 o'clock. What'll we do then?
In the South, Mr. Gildersleeve, a man doesn't have to be told what to do on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Shove over.
Throckmorton, you're so sudden.
Well, gosh, I thought you said, huh?
Let's just hold hands for a while, shall we?
Well, that's where we started. We aren't getting anywhere.
Silly. Lean back and put your head on my shoulder. Oh, I remember the first time I met you, Throckmorton. It was during a blackout.
About time we had another.
I came to the door, and there you stood, so handsome in your helmet and your flashlight. My gallant air raid warden. And the next day you came back, and there wasn't any blackout, remember?
Uh-huh.
Why did you come back the second day, Throckmorton?
Because I was full of the old Nick.
That was the first time I ever heard you sing. Would you do a thing for me, Throckmorton? Would you sing for me again, just the way you did then?
Well, seeing it's New Year's Eve, if you'll play.
Of course I'll play. You know, you really ought to have this piano tuned sometime, Throckmorton.
Tuned? Why, Leela, that's a Wembley.
It is. Now sing pretty, yeah?
Speak to me of love and say what I'm longing to hear. Tender words of love, repeat them again, I implore you. Speak to me of love and whisper these words to me, dear. I adore you.
Listen, a whistle.
Oh, it's the old tack factory.
Throckmorton, it's 12 o'clock. It's midnight.
So it is.
Well?
Let's eat.
Wish me a Happy New Year?
Oh, sure. Happy New Year, Leela.
Happy New Year,
Heave. By George, it's 1945 and I like it already.
Throckmorton, you look so silly.
Happy New Year, Leela. Happy New Year.
Oh, that awful horn.
I found it in Leroy's room, left over from last year. Have another pastry, Leela. Can't let him go to waste.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
Well, I might just take care of one more. Another eggnog?
Oh, no, not that they aren't wonderful, you understand.
Old family recipe.
Oh, honestly, Throckmorton, I haven't had such fun since Mardi Gras.
Since what?
Since Mardi Gras. Haven't you ever been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans?
Never been south of Youngstown.
Oh, you'd love it. And if you ever go, you must look up my cousin, Tupper Hathaway. He belongs to all the clubs. He knows just everybody.
Oh, Cousin Tupper. Well, I'll make a note of that.
Oh, you'd love Mardi Gras, Throckmorton. It's so gay. All they do is have banquets and dance in the streets and blow horns and make love to strange girls.
Ooh, that sounds great.
They all wear masks, you understand, so nobody can prove anything.
Well, not a bad idea. I got a horn. Wish I had a mask.
Silly.
Pretend you don't know me, Leela, and I'll give you a big kiss.
Throckmorton, I'm trying to tell you about Mardi Gras.
I'm listening. Go ahead. They wear masks.
Those are the mummers. That's what they call them.
Mummers, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Honey child, come kiss you the old mummer.
Oh, I declare you'd be a riot, New Orleans.
I'm a riot right here in Summerfield.
Oh, it's such fun down there, Throckmorton. Everybody is everybody's friend. That's what's so wonderful about it.
Great.
You run into a perfect stranger on the street and you invite him right into your house for an eggnog or whatever. It's perfect. Oh, that's what I miss about the South. That friendliness, that gaiety and hospitality.
Listen, we can be just as friendly and hospitable right here in Summerfield as any place in the South.
Oh, but people never do.
That's a challenge. Come on, Leela.
Where are you going?
Get your coat on. We're going out and get hospitable. We'll whoop it up. We'll blow horns and ring bells.
You're not serious.
I mean it. Grab your coat there, Leela. We'll wish everybody a Happy New Year. If we see any strangers, we'll invite them in for an eggnog. If we run into any girls, they better look out.
Throckmorton, what's got into you?
Mardi Gras, the spirit of carnival. That's me. Yippee! Come on, Leela. You get to kiss all the men, and I get to kiss all the girls. Woohoo!
Throckmorton, you're not...
Don't hang back now, Leela. Come on. I'll show you how we do it in the old suit. Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year! What a town. You try to make merry and there's not a soul in sight. Oh, wait a minute. There's somebody.
Where?
Coming up the block. Hail to thee, blithe spirit. Good evening.
Throckmorton, it's nobody we know.
Who cares? Hail, friend, which tarry within these humble portals and exchange the greetings of the season and perchance partake of a tankard of eggnog. Whoops.
Throckmorton, Red.
By golly, I'm glad to find somebody up. Maybe you can help me.
Gladly, brother, gladly. Step right in. Welcome to Liberty Hall.
Oh, what a day. I'm telling you, since 9 o'clock this morning, and I've still got one more to deliver.
Brother, consider your last delivery made. Fie, out upon it, for it's the season of feasting and good cheer, egad.
Huh?
Have an eggnog.
Well, thanks. I don't care if I do. I don't know who you are, but Gersh is my name. I'm,
Brother, we care not who you are or whence you came. You're welcome here.
Well, gosh, thanks. I didn't get the name.
I am the king of the carnival. This is my attendant nymph, the fair Leela. Leela? Meet Mr. Gersh.
How do you do? You mustn't mind Mr. Gildersleeve. He's just, you know, it's New Year's.
Hey, wait a minute. Gildersleeve, did you say?
Yeah, that's right.
Throckmorton P?
Oh, the very same.
Well, here's a paper for you.
What's this?
Notice of civil action in the case of Dolores Del Rey versus Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Oh!
Breach of promise, looks like. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year? Here. Give me back that eggnog, brother. Listen, everybody. Your army needs nurses. And they need them badly. Thousands of wounded men are being returned to this country every day. And in order to take care of them, the Army needs 10,000 registered nurses at once. If any of you listening happen to be nurses, or if you know any, pass the word along. The Army nurse is the heroine of our armed forces. Our wounded fighting men look to her for help. The best doctors in the country are already in the Army. And the Army nurses working with them are handling new drugs, applying new treatments, and gaining experience years ahead of their civilian opportunities. Nurses go into the Army as second lieutenants, with pay equivalent to $226 a month. They're also eligible for veterans benefits. Any nurse can now get reclassified for military service. For information, You may either contact your local Red Cross or send a wire collect to the Surgeon General, United States Army, Washington, D.C. If you've been thinking about this, but putting it off, do it now, please, because now is when the Army needs you. Good night, everybody.
Music on this program was directed by Claude Sweet. This is Ken Carpenter speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company, makers of parquet margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products. Kraft invites you to listen again next week for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
Having a package of delicious golden Pabstet cheese food in the refrigerator easily solves the problem of how to entertain in a hurry. Pabstet, you see, is the cheese food of 100 different uses. It spreads, melts, slices, also toasts to perfection. So there's really no end to the many grand ways you can serve Pabstet. Toasted finger sandwiches or crackers spread with Pabstet make a tempting addition to a tray of appetizers. Fruit salads take on added appetite appeal when served with Pabstet. And it goes without saying that a smooth, luscious cheese sauce made with Pabstet and poured over macaroni, vegetable, or chicken dishes will be a hit at any meal. So buy delicious, nourishing Pabstet for cheddar cheese flavor at its best. Don't forget, ask your dealer for Pabstet, the delicious golden cheese food.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson's Wax Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax products for home and industry present Fibber, McGee, and Molly with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The script is by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie. Music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Not long ago, I described a floor that had been polished with Johnson's self-polishing glow coat as having a happy shine. A friend of mine questioned the phrase, saying floors are neither happy nor sad, and therefore the phrase wasn't a good one. Well, I wonder. Think of it in terms of how the lady of the house feels. There was a time when tiresome scrubbing dulled linoleum, and no one was happy about it, least of all the person who did the work. Not so with Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. No, indeed. You just apply and let dry. There's no rubbing or buffing, no hard work at all. You'll be happy just looking at the bright, warm luster Johnson's glow coat will quickly and easily give your linoleum and other floors. That shining, glossy coat will protect them, make them last years longer. And you'll be happy at how easy they are to keep clean and lovely. I really believe the phrase happy shine is one you'll use after you use Johnson's self-polishing glow coat to bring out the beauty of your home.
Look on the bright side, shine up the right side, bring out the beauty of the home.
Mrs. Molly McGee of 79 Wistful Vista has an aunt who is richer than a double chocolate malted, but about as open-handed as if she were carrying a pint of loose diamonds. However, this Christmas she really loosened up to the extent of, well, listen to Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Ah, good old Aunt Sarah. Bless her steel-plated old heart. Imagine her doing a thing like this for us.
Well, I always told you Aunt Sarah's heart was in the right place, McGee.
A thing being in the right place ain't necessarily sometimes always too good, Tootsie. I walked into a bear trap once that was in exactly the right place to catch a bear. But as I often say, life is like a jar of peanut butter.
Why?
I don't know. I'm no philosopher.
Well, anyway, I think it was pretty sweet of Aunt Sarah to send us each a $10 gift certificate on the Bontown department store. Pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, I put more thought than that into scratching my elbow. However, I'll admit old Sarah Driscoll has softened up a little. She thinks more of a buck than a game warden in April. Hey, what you going to do with yours?
I'm going to save it till I really want something. How about you?
I'm going to go down to the Bonton and blow my $10 on the silliest, foolishest, uselessest gimmick I can find in the joint.
I see. When does this shopping expedition get underway?
Right now. I had to go out anyway. Might as well drop in on the Bonton at the same time.
I know. You forgot to mail the last of our Christmas cards.
No, those are all took care of. I mailed the last of the cards to the people we forgot that thought of us at the last minute and sent us cards too late for us to send them Christmas cards. For Christmas, yesterday.
Would you mind running over that again with a little more punctuation?
I mailed the last of the cards.
Tell me later. No, forget the whole thing. Come in.
Well, my gosh, if it ain't the weather, man. Hi, Foggy.
Hello, Mr. Williams. Do come in.
Thank you, Mrs. McGee. Hello, McGee. Did I, by any chance, leave my overshoes here yesterday?
No, you didn't, Foggy. I had to go over on your back porch and get them. Here they are.
Oh, thank you. Our forecasts indicate bad weather coming.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Williams, does your office send up those weather balloons with all the instruments strapped onto them?
Oh, yes. Yes, every morning. As a matter of fact, I was a pioneer in weather ballooning. I sent up the first balloon equipped with weather instruments and shortwave radio.
Yeah?
I stood on the ground and listened to the results with headphones. It was amazing.
My gosh, I'll bet it was, Foggy. What'd you hear?
13 minutes of Ma Perkins and a few bars of Carmen Lombardo.
Well, I don't want to ask a government official to betray any information, Mr. Williams, but do you think we'll have an early spring?
No, Mrs. McGee. I think this will be a long, hard winter.
Except from instruments?
That prediction is a result of my observations of nature, McGee.
Oh?
I have noticed that when we have a long, hard winter, the rabbit's fur is heavier, the bark on the hickory tree is thicker, and you wait longer for a streetcar.
But why do you think this will be a long, hard winter?
My wife's brother. Every fall until now, he's come to visit us with 2 extra shirts and a pocket comb. This time he brought a trunk, a portable phonograph, and the first lesson of a correspondence course. Yes, it looks like a long, hard winter. Well, good day. Probably.
We had to go home and feed his groundhog. Hey, you going down to the Bonton with me?
Yes, I guess I will, McGee. Although I don't know why you have to spend your gift certificate so quickly.
Well, I'm scared Aunt Sarah will reconsider and stop payment on it. And this is the first year she hasn't sent me them corny wool socks that she knits. You know, them green and orange ones that never fit.
Oh, I wouldn't say never, McGee. That isn't fair to Aunt Sarah.
When did any socks she ever knitted for me ever fitted?
I can tell you exactly. Remember the green one she sent in 1939 and the orange one she sent in 1945?
What that got to do with the fit?
Well, the left hand one of the green pair and the right hand one of the orange pair fit you perfectly.
In 16 years, she sent me one pair that fit. One green sock and one orange. Gosh, pull up my pants and I look like a traffic signal. Well, sir, this year, by George, I'm going to buy something so doggone frivolous.
Come in.
Oh, hi, old-timer.
Hello there, Mr. Old-timer.
Hello there, kids. Hey, you know something? Tomorrow night's New Year's Eve.
Huh?
You kids going to go out and scatter around any?
Old-timer, I'll tell you how it is with us on New Year's Eve. We gave up fighting our way through a bunch of yokels with more dollars than cents to pay $40 to sit at the table the size of a milking stool next to the kitchen door of a mink-lined mess hall.
Where at midnight you put on paper caps and link arms with a bunch of people you wouldn't associate with in the daytime and sing "Should Old Acquaintance Be Forgotten?" In that case, they certainly should.
And everybody yells Happy New Year with tears running down into their ginger ale. And by that time, you've got a headache, and your wife has lost her gloves, and the waiter brings you a check he's been carrying around for 6 weeks waiting for some pigeon like you.
And you wait 30 minutes for the checkroom girl to find your coat that's hanging in plain sight, but she's angry because you only tipped her $1 and go outside to find that the parking lot boys have been listening to your car radio and your battery's dead, and so is 1947, and so are you, so...
We're staying home.
Well... Everybody to his own taste, Johnny. I'm going to have my fun while I'm still too old to have any regrets. I like
the excitement of New Year's Eve? Crowds yelling, women crying, fenders crunching, and the happy cries of the pickpockets? Yes, sir, I'm going to swing it this year.
Good for you.
Oh, by the way, Johnny, can I borrow the loan of your watch? It's for a party, New Year's Eve.
His watch?
Yes, it's a watch party. I'm going to watch the old year sneak out like it was ashamed of itself, like it ought to be, and the new year creep in like it was scared to death, and you can't blame it. Good old 1947, the year of the 3 trains.
What 3 trains?
The Freedom Train, the Friendship Train, and 6 inches more in the gal skirts than Nada had them.
You don't care for the new look, Mr. Oldtimer?
Oh, what's new about it, daughter? It's old stuff to me. In my time, I've seen calves appear and disappear like a herd of cattle passing a picket fence.
Personally, them new long skirts kind of embarrass me. Looks like they're losing them. Whenever I meet a woman with her skirt down to her ankles, I expect her to scream, whoop, and grab her skirt and duck for a doorway.
That is pretty good, Johnny, but that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, say, he says. These new skirts are going to make it tough for a young feller to pick a girl, ain't they? How so, says t'other feller. Well, says the first feller, up to now, if a boy wanted to know if his girl was knock-kneed, he just had to look. Now he's got to listen.
Billy Mills and the orchestra, and there'll be some changes made.
McGee. Yeah. You'll certainly find something here for your gift certificate that you've got no earthly use for. Yeah. I'm sure you don't want to spend it wisely.
No, I'm going to get something foolish and extravagant if it takes me all day. I'm going to go through this store like a snapshot of Gregory Peck through a girl's dormitory. Now, let me see.
Howdy, folks. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, thank you very much. Are you a clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Here at the store. At home, I'm a floor walker. Wife's got a new baby.
Well, here's our problem, Dad. You see, I got a gift certificate for 10... Hey, ain't you the guy that used to deliver our groceries?
Yes, sir. I quit the grocery business last week.
Why, if it's any of our business, which it isn't, so don't tell us if you want to be rude.
Well, you see, my brother took cold and it turned into pneumonia, and they took him to hospital.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, for 2 weeks there, he just kind of hovered between Life and Saturday Evening Post. And then they brought him home.
And you quit the grocery so you could stay home and look after him, eh?
No, that was in Oregon, 1936.
1936? My goodness, what's your brother getting sick in 1936 got to do with your quitting the grocery store last week?
Well, ma'am, the way I look at it, when a fellow wants to quit a job, one excuse is as good as another. Or there's something I can show you folks?
No, we're just prowling around, Dad. Got a $10 gift certificate to spend when I find something I don't particularly need.
Well, we got 8 floors full of stuff we don't need. I'll be glad to sell you any part of it. Just call me if you...
Attention, please. Calling Will. Will, where are you?
Oh, Will.
What on earth was that?
Oh, that's our will call department, Miss McGee. But as I was saying, if there's anything I can do, just look me up. I'll be around.
Oh, McGee, look.
Huh?
The new electric stove with a little window in the oven so you can peek in and see what's cooking. Isn't that sweet?
What's new about that? We got a glass window on our oven at home.
Yeah, but this one has a little steel Venetian blind on the inside. What do you suppose that's for?
I don't know. I suppose that's for bashful women that want to cook a rump roast or something. Hey, let's go over here in the sporting goods section. I might go for a new fly rod, you know what?
A new fly rod?
Yep.
I don't know why you should want a fly rod. You can't even hit them with a folded newspaper. Doesn't seem to be many clerks around here, does there?
No.
Or customers either.
No, not much like the week before Christmas. Boy, the pushing around I took in here then. If I could have inhaled through my feet, I could have vacuumed the whole store. You see anything in here for $10?
No, I don't. Oh, yes, there's an archery set. Exactly $10.
No archery for me, kiddo. I've been scared of bows and arrows since I was 13 years old.
Why?
Us kids were playing William Tell, and I put an apple on another kid's head. You remember a tow-headed kid in Peoria named Hardy? Harry Hardy?
Oh, of course I do.
Sure.
You boys used to call him Fool Hardy.
Foolhardy. Yeah, that's the guy. Anyway, I put an apple on his head, walked back 40 paces, turned around, and strung my bow. Foolhardy stood there like a rock. He had a lot of faith in my marksmanship.
Yeah, you had a very accurate nickname, too. So what happened?
I wet my finger and held it up to test the wind. Then I notches an arrow, draws it back to the hilt, and whang!
Can't believe it. Then what did you do?
Well, hello there, folks. Hello, Molly. Hi, pal.
Hey, where'd you pop up from, Omaha?
Yes, we didn't see you around here a minute ago, Mr. Wilcox.
No, I was behind the counter, down on the floor on my hands and knees. Hey, have you noticed the linoleum floor in here?
Well, not particularly, Mr. Wilcox, but it's very handsome now that you mention it. New, is it?
New. This linoleum is 6 years old.
6 years?
Imagine it looking as good as this after being tramped on by all those Christmas shoppers this year and other years, tracking in dust and slush and rain and dirt.
I wonder how they keep it looking so bright and gleaming. Said little Fibber, the fun-loving McGee, his bright blue eyes twinkling with mischief as he sneaked a sly look at his contract.
I'll bet every good housekeeper knows, Molly. Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. The linoleum protection that makes dust and dirt so easy to wipe up, that's so easy to apply, and so quick to dry to a mirror-like polish. Why, if Johnson's glow coat can give even a busy store such an air of quiet quality, don't you suppose that when you...
Look, Waxy.
Yes, pal?
Far be it from me to get between a man's bread and a man's butter, but enough is enough.
Okay. Say, how'd you kids make out for Christmas?
Oh, we had a wonderful Christmas, Mr. Wilcox.
Yeah. Hey, what a surprise we got from Molly's Aunt Sarah.
You've heard us speak of my Aunt Sarah Driscoll, Mr. Wilcox?
Yeah. Is she the one that's so...
You said it. That babe is so tight-fisted, her manicurist has to use a fluoroscope.
But not this year. She sent us each a $10 gift certificate on the Bonton, Mr. Wilcox, and I'm saving mine.
Not mine. I'm shooting the wad as of today before she asks for it back and sends me some more of them corny socks.
Oh, is she the one who knits those horrible wool socks, pal?
That's Aunt Sarah, Mr. Wilcox, the very one.
You've seen them things, Judy.
Oh, yeah.
In the first place, they don't fit, and in the second place, the colors are awful.
They do look a bit like a prairie fire as seen through the bottom of an iodine bottle.
So I'm going to blow my $10 certificate before the old moose changes her mind. Got any ideas of what I can get for a sawbuck, Omaha?
Well, I'd suggest you go into the annex, pal. That's 3 aisles over and to the left. I saw a sign in there that said, "This department closing out. Buy now. Dirt cheap."
Oh, wonderful. What are they selling?
Dirt. Well, Happy New Year, folks. See you around.
Same you. Now, let me see, Molly. I'd like to get a little
Just a minute, McGee. You were telling me about when you were 13 and put an apple on little Foolhardy's head and took your bow and arrow.
Attention, please. Will the head shipping clerk please report to the loading platform? 3 of our drivers are loaded. Thank you.
Well, this ain't getting my $10 gift certificate spent. Let's go over into the hardware department, and I'll see if I can...
See anything you like, Mr. McGee? We got some awful fine tools here.
Huh?
Now, here's a socket wrench in case any of your sockets get loose.
No, thanks. Is this your department, too, Bud? I thought you were up in front of the store.
Well, kind of short on help today, seems like. Short on customers, too. Say, I got something over in the sporting goods that might interest you, Mr. McGee. Got a good price on it, too.
Okay, what is it? I might take it off your hands.
Well, it's one of them collapsible 16-man rubber life rafts, you know. Just a thing for duck hunt with a lot.
No,
Huh?
thank you. We have one.
Yeah, I got one, Bud. Picked it up at the surplus store. Although it would be handy to have a spare one.
No, McGee. We'll just look around some more, sir. We'll call you if we find anything we want.
Well, I'm always glad to help. Howdy, Dr. Gamble. Something I can do for you?
No, thanks, Carl. I'm just cutting through to the office.
Oh, hello, Doctor.
Well, hiya, Molly. Where's it? Oh, there you are, Beetle Puss. Haven't seen you since Christmas.
Yes, it's been a wonderful week for us, too, Baggy. Let's have more weeks like it this coming year, shall we?
Oh, McGee, don't talk to the doctor like that.
Well...
Did you have a nice Christmas, Doctor?
Wonderful, Molly. And before I forget it, and I'd like to forget it as soon as possible, I want to thank little Droop Snoot here for his lovely Christmas necktie. Thanks for the Christmas necktie, Droop Snoot.
That's okay, Bait Bucket.
It was a necktie, wasn't it? That's how they diagnosed it at the men's counter here.
Well, certainly it's a necktie, you big bag of duffel. What'd you think it was?
We had quite an interesting discussion about that, my boy. My housekeeper, who spent some time in the Orient, thought it was the sash off an East Mongolian witch doctor's ceremonial robe. But I thought it looked more like the belly band off a Brazilian llama buster's Sunday saddle.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't know what it was right away, Doctor. You sent McGee one just like it last Christmas.
Just like it. He sent me the same one last Christmas. And he knows it, too.
Oh, no, you didn't send the same necktie back to him, did you?
Certainly. He's not going to leave me stuck with a monstrosity like that.
Well, you can't say I didn't try, my boy. And you can't say I won't try again next year, too. Say, what brings you down here today, Molly? You're not still Christmas shopping, are you?
Well, I guess you might call it that, Doctor. Aunt Sarah sent McGee a gift certificate this year, and he's down here trying to spend it.
I'm looking for something I've always wanted and couldn't afford, Doc. Something unnecessary. Just some silly, useless, expensive luxury.
Oh, well, you'll find it all right. Molly's had a thing like that for years.
She has?
I have?
What?
You. Happy New Year, kid.
Men, and what are you doing New Year's Eve?
When the bells ring out and the horns all blow and the couples we know are fondly kissing, will I be with you? Will you be with me? Or will I be among the missing? Maybe it's much too late for me to say, but I thought I'd ask you anyway. What are you doing New Year's Eve? Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's 12 o'clock tomorrow night, welcoming in the New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of the 1,000 invitations you received. Just in case I stand a little chance, here comes a question slightly in advance. What are you doing New Year's? What are you doing New Year's Eve? Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of the 1,000 invitations you received. But I want to be there with you to ring out the old and ring in the new. The happiest New Year I could ever believe. To be with you New Year's
For a great big department store like this, Molly, they haven't got anything that I really want for my gift certificate.
Well, don't get discouraged, dearie.
No.
We still have 2 more floors left to look on.
Yeah.
This is only the 6th floor, you know.
Yeah. Doggone it, that plastic riveter's helmet with the extra sections that bolt on to cover knots on your head would have been swell if it had just been...
Oh, McGee, look who's here. Mr. Wimple.
Oh, hi, Wimp.
Hello, folks. Are you exchanging something, too?
No, just shopping around, Mr. Wimple. You down here to exchange some presents?
No, but Sweetie Face is. Sweetie Face. That's my big old wife. She came down to exchange a whole lot of little bitty gifts that she can't use for one big gift that she can use.
That's a woman for you. Exchanging all her presents, is she?
No, she's exchanging all my presents, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
She told me to wait here and not dare leave till she got back, and then she went upstairs to the exchange desk.
Waiting for people gets awfully tiresome, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does. And I'm getting pretty annoyed with her, too, believe me. If she doesn't show up in exactly 5 minutes, I'm going home without her. I'll show her.
That's the stuff, Wimp. Good for you. How long you been waiting?
Since Friday morning.
Well, then I think giving her another 5 minutes is completely fair, Mr. Wimple.
Yeah, you can afford to be generous, Wimp. Remember, women are the weaker sex.
How was that again, Mr. McGee?
He just said that women are the weaker sex, Mr. Wimple.
Oh, yes. One thing I like about Mr. McGee, he's always joking.
Taking your Christmas tree down yet, Wimp?
No, we always burn ours in the fireplace on New Year's Eve, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
I cut the tree up into short pieces and build a fire, and at 12 o'clock they light it, and all of Sweetie Face's relatives sit around the fire and drink a toast to the new year and have a gay time.
Her relatives do? Where are you all this time, Wimp?
Oh, I peek down at them through the banisters in my Dr. Denton pajamas.
You mean they don't even let you join in the festivities?
No.
By George, that's an outrage.
Oh, no, it isn't, Mr. McGee. I have more fun than any of them. In 9 years, they've never discovered who loosens the corks in the champagne 2 days before, and who clogs up the chimney so everybody gets to coughing, and who puts all the .45 caliber cartridges into the fireplace under the logs.
My gosh, Wimp, you're liable to knock off the whole mob some night.
Yes. What a happy new year that will be. Well, goodbye, folks.
Goodbye.
Oh, hey, Molly, look. Oh, boy, are these beautiful. And get a load of the price. 5 pairs for $10.
But, sweetheart, those are wool socks. I thought you were tired.
I haven't got any socks like these, baby. Look at those plaids. Look at that weave.
You found something you like, Mr. McGee? Finally?
Well, he seems to like these socks, although just one.
Yeah, give me 5 pair of these, Dad. And here's my gift certificate.
Well, I must say you made a wise purchase, Mr. McGee. Ordinarily, we sell them socks at $4 a pair.
Yeah, what'd I tell you, Molly? Do I know a bargain or am I a chump?
Yes.
You know, these aren't regular machine knit socks, Mr. McGee. These are special knit by hand, exclusive for the Bon Ton.
Somebody in Scotland, I suppose.
No, it's an old lady in Peoria. Driscoll, her name is. Sarah Driscoll.
Oh.
Yep, they say she don't have to do it for a living either.
Oh.
Say she's rolled in money. Why, you know, one of our salesmen... Well, imagine that. They walked right off without even taking her sales slip.
A year and a day from now, we'll be greeting another new year. On that day, your home can be more beautiful than it is tonight if during the year you have polished your floors, furniture, and woodwork with genuine Johnson's Wax. Regular use of Johnson's Wax brings out the beauty of your home. It's true that Johnson's Wax adds richness and warmth as well as gloss to fine things. The next 367 days will work less hardship on your floors and furniture because if they're waxed, they're protected. Then, too, housework is easier because dust and dirt vanish from waxed surfaces with a quick wipe or a light dusting. And, speaking of making things easier, attention all snow shovelers. Snow and slush won't stick to your shovel blade if it's waxed with Johnson's Wax. Your shovel will stay light and clean without pounding or scraping. Yes, you can even make snow shoveling easier with genuine Johnson's Wax.
Molly, you didn't say a word all the way home. You tired?
No.
Feel ill?
No. I feel fine.
You ain't mad because I bought them socks?
No.
Oh, my gosh, what is the matter?
Well, something bothers me.
Huh?
Whatever happened to little fool Hardy back there in Peoria with the apple on his head? When you drew back the bowstring and boing!
The string busted, then the bell rang, and recess was over.
Oh.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Good night.
Happy New Year to all of you from everybody in Racine and Wistful Vista. Good night, all.
The Kraft Foods Company presents The Great Gildersleeve. It's The Great Gildersleeve, starring Harold Perry, brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine and a complete line of famous quality food products.
Christmas week. Christmas to New Year's. These are the times that try men's souls. All the things you rushed out and bought the day before Christmas come back to plague you the day after. I don't know how it's been at your house. You probably weren't foolish enough to buy the little darling a set of drums. But at our house, all week long, it's been nothing but... Now, Leroy. Now, my boy. Leroy! I'm trying to do some figuring here. Could you possibly pursue your musical studies at some other time, my boy?
Well, gosh, what's the use of having drums? Why did you give them to me if you...
Don't ask me why I gave them to you. I don't know. I must have been out of my head. I'm sorry, Leroy, if I seem a little impatient. But this is very difficult work I'm doing here. I'm trying to add up my accounts. So if you could find something else to do...
Will you play me a game of electric football?
There's your sister. Why don't you play something with her?
Play with her?
Oh, Unky, if I ask you something, will you say yes, please? Will you please say yes?
Well, now, wait a minute.
I was nice about Christmas. I stayed home when you told me to. But this is different. New Year's Eve isn't like Christmas Eve, so please say I can do it. Please say yes.
My dear, if you'd calm down and explain what it is you want me to say yes to.
Oh, well, it's really a very nice place. Everybody says it's very nice. It's not run by gangsters or anything. And it'd be a chance to wear my new laughing jacket and my silver slippers. They'd be just perfect. So can I, please?
Leroy, do you know what your sister's talking about?
Does anybody?
Now, Unky, don't be a tease. Say I can go. I'll just die if you don't. They have a band and favors and everything. And it's the grand opening New Year's Eve. And I've never been anywhere New Year's Eve. So can I?
I take it, my dear, that you're asking my permission to go out this evening.
Oh, that's right. To the Blue Cockatoo. You know, it's out on Route 28.
That the place that used to be Julius's Hofbrau? The place they closed down last year?
Oh, but it's under all new management. It's lovely now. Everybody says so. They're opening tonight. And Marshall's got reservations. His father got them for him, so... Can I go?
My dear, you know what I think of Marshall Bullard.
Well, you don't have to go with him. Please, Unky. It's Marshall's last evening at home. He has to go back to school tomorrow.
Thank heaven for that, my dear. I wish they'd keep him there.
Well, can I go or not?
All right, go ahead. Pay no attention to what I think. I'm nobody. I just pay the bills around here, that's all.
Oh, Unky, you're a darling.
Yes, yes.
Leroy, did you hear that? He said I could go. Oh, I could change.
Stand it now. Just make her quit.
What's the matter?
She kissed me. What did I do?
Still figuring, Leroy.
Gosh, haven't you got the answer yet?
Almost, not quite.
Certainly takes you long enough.
This covers a whole year, my boy. Now let me alone or I'll never get it done.
When you're finished, will you play me a game of electric football?
We'll see.
That's what you always say. Yes or no?
No, by George, I won't. I played electric football with you all day Christmas and every night this week. I'm sick of it. Now stop bothering me. Yes?
What can I do?
Leroy, how can you ask that? Here you got all this stuff for Christmas. Go out and play with it.
All I really want to play is electric football.
Well, find somebody else then, but get out of here and stop bothering me.
If I'm quiet, can I stay?
If you're quiet. Oh, where was I? Oh, 51 and 3 is 54. And 2 is 56.
Honk.
And 7 is 63. And 8 is 71. And 2 is 73.
Honk.
Just a second, Leroy.
Oh, Uncle Mort, do you mind if I...
Quiet. Can't you see Unc is busy?
I'm sorry.
Well, there it is. As of the close of business, December the 31st, 1945, flat broke. How do I do it? No matter how much I earn or how much I spend, it's always the same. Oh, well, at least I'm holding my own.
You mean we're in trouble?
Oh, no more than any other year.
Are we poor, Unc?
Just comfortably poor, I'd say, Leroy.
Miss Gildersleeve, excuse me.
Yes, Bertie?
About this evening, you'll be going out, I suppose, New Year's Eve.
Well, I don't know. To tell the truth, I haven't really got around to making any plans, Bertie. I've been so busy, I sort of let it slide.
You'll be staying in then?
Well, I haven't really made up my mind yet. I'll let you know.
Well, Uncle Mort, if you're thinking of going out anywhere this evening, you better get busy.
You may be right.
Why, the Blue Cockatoo was sold out for New Year's Eve a week ago. If you think Christmas was bad...
Oh, don't go anywhere, Unc. You and I can have a swell time right here.
Doing what?
Playing electric football. We can have a...
That settles it. I'm not going to spend New Year's Eve playing electric football. Hello. Leela? Rocky? What you doing tonight, Leela? New Year's Eve, you know. We ought to... Oh, you are, huh? That's too bad. Well, Happy New Year anyway. Hello. Eve? Throckmorton Gildersleeve. I was wondering if you had any plans for this evening. I thought we might just... Oh. That's too bad. Wish I'd called you sooner. Well, Happy New Year, Eve. Hello, Miss Proudfoot? I don't know if you remember me, Miss Proudfoot, but this is Throckmorton Gildersleeve. I met you one time at Floyd Munson's. In the kitchen. I was wondering how you'd like to go out this evening and... Oh, you have. Nuts. I mean, Happy New Year. Hello, Judge? Gildy. Say, how'd it be if you and I got a couple of girls went out and painted the town a little? We could... Oh, you have, eh? Who is she? Yourself. Now what am I going to do? Spend New Year's Eve alone? Hey, wait a minute.
Mr. Gildersleeve, that you?
Yeah, here, Bertie. Grab some of these things.
My goodness, where all have you been?
Drugstore, delicatessen, every place. I'm going to have to ask you to help me here, Bertie. We got to work fast. Marjorie left yet?
No, sir. She's just getting ready upstairs.
That's good. Now, I'll tell you what I want you to do. You set the table nice and pretty, Bertie. Let's see. Marjorie, Marshall, Leroy, and me. Yeah, better set it for 4.
But I thought Miss Marjorie and her friend was going out to dinner.
Now, don't ask questions, Bertie. Just do as I tell you, and quickly.
Yes, sir.
Got a lot of favors here. Paper hats and snappers and so on. You can decorate it with these. Oop, that must be Marshall. Well, you get the idea, Bertie. You fix everything nice and pretty, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'll just close these double doors so they can't see into the dining room. We want it to be a surprise. Yeah, the young brat. Can't he keep his shirt on?
Oh, Uncle Mort, if that's Marshall...
Don't you worry, my dear. I'll entertain them. You get down.
I'll be right there. And now, do be nice to him.
Just leave it to your Uncle Throckmorton. Dear the young twerp. Well, Marshall, come right in. Yes, indeed. Marjorie will be ready in a jiffy.
Good evening, sir.
Here, let me take your overcoat.
Oh, don't bother. I'll just...
That is an overcoat, isn't it? Let me hang it up for you.
Oh, we'll be going right out. Oh, here's Marjorie now.
Hello, Marshall.
Hey, you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very pretty, my dear, very pretty. So you young people were going out this evening, eh?
Why, Uncle Mark, you know we were.
Well, it's pretty cold out. Pretty nasty. I just came in myself. You couldn't drag me out again. No, sir.
Oh, we don't care how cold it gets, do we, Marshall?
No, we'll keep warm.
Yes. You were planning on going to some nightclub, were you?
Yes, sir. We have...
Well, I told you, Uncle Mort. Marshall has reservations for the Blue Cockatoo.
The Blue... Oh, yeah, so you did. Ever been to a nightclub on New Year's Eve before, either of you?
Well, no, sir. This is the first time...
Horrible, just horrible. Crowded, noisy, services bad, people falling all over each other.
Oh, we don't care, do we, Marshal?
No, sir, I don't know a worse place in the world than a nightclub on New Year's Eve. Now, I was just wondering if we couldn't all have more fun if we stayed right here at home.
Uncle Mort!
No, wait a minute. I've got a surprise for you. You haven't seen the way I've got the dining room fixed up. All right, Bertie, you can open the doors if you're ready. There. How do you like that? You see? Paper hats, confetti, noisemakers, everything. Look. Some fun, eh? What do you say, Marshal?
Well, it looks swell, Mr. Gildersleeve, but what do you think, Marjorie?
I think it's a dirty trick.
Marjorie.
You told me we could go out, and now you pull this on us.
My dear, it's entirely up to you. Far be it from me to put any pressure on you. Nothing could be further from my mind. If you want to go out, go ahead. If you want to leave us here, Leroy and me, on New Year's Eve alone, with all these little tokens that we tried so hard to please you with, go ahead. Go ahead. We'll try to understand.
What do you think, Marge?
Oh, Unky, I wish you could come with us and be in on the fun.
Yeah, it's too bad the reservation is only for 2.
No, my dear. Run along and have your fun. Don't mind me. All I ask is at midnight when the band plays Auld Lang Syne, give a thought to your old uncle, because he'll be thinking of you.
Oh, Unky, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my dear. Happy New Year, Marge.
Happy New Year, sir. Well, shall we go, Marge?
Goodbye, Unky.
Bye. Well, Bertie, they're gone.
Yes, sir. Guess it didn't work.
What's that? Oh, yeah. No, I guess not.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you don't mind if I go out later after I finish the dishes?
No, go ahead, Bertie. Everybody else is going. You might as well go, too.
But, Mr. Gildersleeve, how about you? How you going to see the New Year in?
I shall probably play a game of electric football, Bertie, for Auld Lang Syne.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment.
Have you folks on the Gildersleeve show made your New Year's resolutions, Mr. Lang?
Oh, we certainly have. The whole cast, the writers and producers, have resolved to give our radio listeners even finer entertainment in 1946. And I personally have resolved to win more friends for Parquet Margarine.
Well, that shouldn't be so hard to do, Mr. Lang. I'm a regular user of Parquet Margarine. And any spread that tastes so good and can be bought so economically is sure to keep winning a lot of new friends.
That's right. Why, did you know that Parquet Margarine was one of the fastest-growing brands in America before the war?
No, I didn't. But I do know that Parquet is very popular today because it's often so hard to get at my neighborhood food store.
Yes, Parquet Margarine is more popular than ever. It's winning friends right along because it tastes so good on bread, hot toast, waffles, and pancakes. And with Parquet's flavor still unmatched, I expect that resolution of mine to win more friends for Parquet Margarine is going to be easy to keep. Be sure to try delicious, economical Parquet soon. That's Parkay, Parquet Margarine, made by the Kraft Foods Company. Now let's get back to the great Gildersleeve as he drags himself through the dying hours of the old year. It's after supper now, but the situation appears unchanged.
Come to me, my darling,
Leroy! I want to learn the lyrics. My boy, for the rest of 1945, please, no drums.
But there's nothing else to do.
Then go to bed. It's almost time anyway.
On New Year's Eve? I thought I could stay up till 12.
Well, we've got to think of your health, you know.
I'm healthy. What if I should just happen to wake up at 12 o'clock?
Well, then you may celebrate a little.
Oh, boy, what can I do?
You can say Happy New Year and then go back to bed.
Is that all?
That is all. Now go to bed.
Okay. Oh, Miss Gildersleeve.
Oh, what is it, Bertie?
I'm going out now if you don't mind.
Not at all. Have a good time. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Miss Gildersleeve. Same to you. The house is all locked up front and back, so you don't have to do anything.
Well, that's good.
Well, good night, Miss Gildersleeve.
Good night, Bertie. Wait a minute. Where are you going?
To a party. kind of a combination dance and frolic.
Well, sounds like a good combination.
Sure is. Combined so good last New Year's, one man didn't come home for 3 days.
Well, you don't say.
Yes, sir. Well, good night, Miss Gildersleeve.
Young people, old people, every kind of people there, I suppose?
Yes, sir. Cradle to the grave. Young folks will jitterbug, I expect, and middle-aged folks, well, guess they'll jitterbug, too. The old folks get a waltz every 2 hours.
By George.
I better keep going. I don't want to miss anything.
No, I guess not. Well, good night.
Good night, Miss Gildersleeve. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Bertie. Bertie has more fun than I do. Yes, sir, a lot more fun. I'd like to be going to a dance tonight myself. Say, I wonder what my secretary is doing tonight. I don't like the idea of going out with her, but just this once might not do any harm. I could call up and say, Bessie. Oh, no, I remember now. Out of town till Wednesday. Oh, well. Oh, doorbell. Well. Wonder who this could be. Leela, maybe. Eve. Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Happy New Year.
Well, the same to you, old man, and many up. Come on in and have a Coke.
Oh, I can't stay, I'm afraid. I just dropped by to bring you this little 1946 calendar with compliments to the pharmacy.
A calendar? Well, just what I needed. Well, at least come in for a second while I look at it.
Well, if you insist.
Say, what a beautiful calendar. The Alchemist.
Yeah, those are the fellows that used to try to make gold out of lead. Never got anywhere with it, not that I ever heard.
No, but they were the scientists of their day. Look at them. Standing there with his test tubes and his crucibles. Fine picture.
Yeah, I think it makes up into a nice little calendar. For the family trade, that is.
Oh, perfect.
Calendar man tried to sell me a picture of a girl with black silk stockings.
Oh, well, that wouldn't do for your customers, Peavey.
That's what I say. Too bad, though.
Peavey, you're an old rascal.
No, I wouldn't say that. Picture never hurt anybody. You, all alone this evening, Mr.
Yes, Peavey. I decided I didn't feel like whooping and hollering this New Year's Eve. Decided to spend a quiet evening at home for a change.
Is that a fact?
Yes, sir. Stay at home with a good book. That's the way to spend New Year's Eve.
That's one way.
Or with a friend, of course. Now, why don't you sit down here with me and take it easy?
The fact is, I've got to be getting home to Mrs. Peavey.
Well, sure, but there's no hurry, is there?
Nobody but a bachelor could say that. I'm sorry, but I've got to be running along.
Wait, Peavey. What are you doing to celebrate New Year's, you and Mrs. Peavey?
Well, she's like you. She likes to spend the evening quietly.
Perfect. Bring her over here and we'll all celebrate it together.
Well, I don't think...
Nonsense, Peavey. I've got some paper hats and some nice new horns. We can all drink a few Cokes or something. Huh? How about it?
Sounds noisy.
All right, forget the horns then. We'll be as quiet as mice. We'll celebrate the quietest New Year's Eve in history.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I hesitate to say this, but you're talking like a darn fool.
What do you mean?
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't sit here with a Coke and a paper hat. I'd go out somewhere and make whoopee.
Well, why don't you?
Well, Mrs. Peavey is against it. But you're a free agent. Go get yourself a girl, man. Go out and see the town.
Don't think I haven't tried, Peavey. Tried every girl I know.
Well, in that case, you might as well go to bed right now. Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve, and Happy New Year.
Well, looks like I'm stuck. New Year's Eve and not a friend that'll have a cup of kindness with me. Not a friend in the whole world. That's how I'm winding up 1945. Alone. I could be dying and who'd know it. It'll probably be just the same when I am dying. Nobody around to say a kind word. Nobody to soothe my fevered brow. Gildersleeve, let him die. Sure, let him die like a dog. Gosh, I wonder if I've got a temperature right now. Mustn't get ideas like that. Can't just sit here moping, though. Try the radio, maybe, and hear a little news. Can't believe it. Always thought I was popular. Been living in a fool's paradise, I guess. People just can't stand my personality.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about ready with the first of our series of transcontinental New Year's Eve celebrations. Here we are in Times Square, New York City. And when I say that Times Square is teeming with humanity, I don't want you to think I'm merely coining a phrase.
Must be almost midnight back there.
I asked one of the traffic cops how big the crowd was, and his guess was 200,000. Oh, looks more like 1 million to me.
What a dope. 1 million people couldn't get in Times Square.
Anyway, in just a few seconds before midnight, and all these thousands of faces are looking up toward the big clock. They're waiting for the end of 1945. And here it is.
What a way to celebrate. Childish.
Yes, sir, 1945 is all over in Manhattan, and New York is giving 1946 a big hello. I'll try to get a typical citizen here to tell you how he feels about it. I beg your pardon, sir. How do you like 1946 so far?
Lousy.
You talking to me, Boss? Yes, sir. Would you like to tell our listeners how you like 1946 so far? Best little old year I ever had so far, I see. And the young lady with you. Oh, boy, I wish you could see her, folks. How does she feel about it? How do you feel, honey?
Feel swell when I'm with you, honey.
How can they put that kind of drivel on the air? Well...
Happy New Year, Throckmorton.
Oh, it's you, is it, Judge? What happened to your date?
Well, I'd rather not speak of it, if you don't mind. But if you're busy...
Not particularly. Come on in.
Thank you.
Throw your hat and coat any place. Come on in and have a Coke.
Very kind of you, old man.
What about your girl? Didn't she show up?
Well, certainly she showed up. I took her to the Gold Room at the Hotel Summerfield.
Well, that's still pretty early.
I'd rather not discuss it, Gildy.
Well, suit yourself. I'll hear all about it tomorrow from whoever was at the Gold Room.
Dagnabbit, I'm afraid you will. I suppose I might as well tell you what happened so you get the straight of it.
Sure, go ahead, Judge.
Well, I had a table at this place, and the young woman and myself were having a pleasant time, chatting and so on, till a sailor appeared. She seemed to be acquainted with him.
Yes?
The sailor asked her to dance. So, not wishing to quarrel with the armed forces, I made no protest.
Yes, I see.
However, after the fifth dance, I felt that I'd done my duty. I remarked to the young woman I thought it was my turn.
And?
She slapped my face and walked out with the sailor. I thought I might expect a little sympathy.
Oh, I'm sympathetic, Judge. Believe me, I am. Only...
Fine friend, I must say.
I'm sorry, Horace. Honestly, I'm sorry, but that's women for you. Come on, sit down and forget it.
I certainly like to, but I'm afraid I'll hear plenty about it tomorrow.
Anybody mentions it to me, Judge, I'll punch him right in the nose. Here, have a drink.
Thanks, Gildy.
Certainly glad you came by, old man. I've been sitting here feeling sorry for myself. Sitting here alone all evening. I'd begun to think maybe there was something the matter with me. Something wrong with my personality.
By George, I don't know why you should think there's anything wrong with your personality, old man. You've got plenty of it.
Oh, you really think so?
I do, sincerely.
Good old Horace. Here's to you, old man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. And Leela Ransom, a girl I've been engaged to, mind you, but she thinks so little of me, she won't even save me New Year's Eve. Well, makes a fellow wonder, that's all.
Oh, don't be silly. Why, Leela thinks more of you in 2 minutes than she does about any other man in 10 years. You're a he-man. Strong, masculine personality. And yet you know how to handle women.
Yeah, guess you're right. Guess Leela was just standing me up tonight to make me jealous. Yeah. May I fill up your glass?
No, not yet. Thank you. You know, Throckmorton, having that girl walk out on me tonight was a bit of a blow to my ego. Quite a blow. I had the feeling that she found me attractive. She laughed at the little things that I said about the menu. She laughed when I showed her that stunt, you know, with the spoon and the salt salad. I thought that we were getting on splendidly. Do you suppose I seemed old to her?
Oh, no, Horace. Believe me, any woman would guess you weren't a day over 55.
Well, I'm only 62.
You certainly don't show it. I mean, you look lots younger, Horace. Yes, sir. The way you carry yourself. The spring in your step. The sparkle in your eye. I've seen women look at you when they walk down the street, Judge.
You have, Gildy? Recently?
Plenty of times. Women. They need us more than we need them. Have another Coke, Judge. Well, I'm certainly glad you dropped in, Horace.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, the old tack factory. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Gildy.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the paper hat.
For goodness sake, a regular party.
Here, Judge. You take the red hat. I look better in green.
Oh, Gildy, you certainly look funny.
You ought to see yourself, Horace. Look like a tomato. Here, blow a horn. Blow two if you've got the wind. By George. Good old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
Happy New Year!
Leroy, get back in bed. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
What a pair of characters.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve again in just a few moments. A short while ago, I was speaking to a lady who said she can't always get Parquet margarine these days at her favorite food store. And the simple explanation is this. Quality spreads for bread are in big demand everywhere. That's especially true, I know, of Parquet margarine, the quality spread made by the Kraft Foods Company. Millions prefer Parquet margarine to any other brand because it's still unmatched for flavor. And Kraft wants to assure you that everything possible is being done to keep dealers supplied, to distribute all available Parquet both fairly and equitably. So if you can't buy Parquet the first time, please try again, won't you? Chances are your dealers soon will have a new supply on hand. Insist on Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Treasury has asked us to announce that the sale of savings bonds will be continued now that the war is over. This means that those of us who have been participating in payroll savings plans can go right on laying up a nest egg for the future, at the same time helping to control runaway prices. You can still get F and G bonds as well as the E bonds, which most people bought during the war. The return is still at the same high rate, $4 at maturity for every 3 that you invest. Might be a good New Year's resolution to buy U.S. Treasury savings bonds regularly. Good night and a Happy New Year.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. It is written by John Whedon and Sam Moore. The music is by Jack Meakin. This is John Lang speaking for the Kraft Foods Company and inviting you to listen in again next week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
If you're planning a gay New Year's party, liven the foods on your buffet with a taste-tingling flavor of Kraft Salad Mustard. Your guests are sure to like this tangy, golden Kraft Salad Mustard blended into tasty appetizers, relishes, and sandwich spreads, or in a delicious filling for deviled eggs. For those who like a sharper tang, there's Kraft Mustard with nippy horseradish added. So be sure to buy both kinds. Ask for Kraft Horseradish Mustard and Kraft Salad Mustard when you shop tomorrow.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
transcribed. The Pet Milk Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The First Evaporated Milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber, McGee, and Molly, transcribed with Bill Thompson, Gail Gordon, Arthur Q. Bryan, Dick LeGrand, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto, with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Health, wealth, and happiness. That's our wish for you for 1952. And you can do a lot to make part of that wish come true. You can help keep your family well and happy by seeing that they get lots of good whole milk each day. And no milk you can buy is better than Pet Evaporated Milk. No milk makes it easier to give your family this needed protective food in such a variety of delicious ways. You see, just 1 pint of Pet milk supplies the same nourishing milk substances that you get in a quart of bottled milk. Because Pet milk is good, sweet country milk with more than half the water taken out by evaporation. So, by using this concentrated milk, it's easy to put extra amounts of those protective substances into many favorite family dishes. Creamed meats and vegetables, gravies, custards, puddings, cream pies, to mention a few. And, of course, in place of cream for coffee. So start now to use Pet Evaporated Milk in the many ways it can be used to add extra nourishment to foods your family enjoys. Let Pet Milk help to make 1952 a happy year for all of you. To Mrs. McGee of 79 Wistful Vista, today is the beginning of a bright new year, full of hopes, plans, and dreams. But to her husband, it's just another Tuesday. As we join Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Oh, McGee, I wish you'd show a little more enthusiasm. This is the 1st of January, 1952. After all, this is a special day, you know.
What's so special about it? The sun came up this morning on schedule, and it'll go down this evening. Congress don't slap a luxury tax on it. Getting steamed up about New Year's Day, that's a lot of twaddle.
Well, now, the rest of the world doesn't feel that way. Even the birds seem to be singing a little bit louder.
That's what I said. All this New Year's Day stuff is for the birds. Hand me one of them popcorn balls off the Christmas tree, will you?
Oh, dear. All you've done all day is eat. There aren't many popcorn balls left, either.
That's okay. I only want one. Watch it, though. I grabbed without looking a while ago and got what I thought was a popcorn ball and bit the rear end off a wax reindeer. Tasted horrible. Come on, give me one.
Well, hurry up and eat it, dearie. We should get started, you know. You promised.
Promised what? Oh, yeah. Going New Year's calling with you. Okay, I'll go, Tootsie. In fact, I'm looking forward to visiting our friends today.
Well, that's a little New Year's spirit, anyhow.
Sure. Anybody that you call at their house on New Year's Day ought to serve some kind of refreshments. Yeah, and I'm running kind of low on popcorn balls, too, boy.
Look, sweetheart, you ought to make a New Year's resolution not to...
Resolutions. Pump. Not me, kiddo. Only reason people make resolutions anyhow so they can break them the next day.
That isn't always true, McGee.
No, sometimes they break them the same day. Now, you take your Uncle Dennis when he was living with us. He comes up to me on New Year's Day and he says, McGee, he says, I made a resolution I ain't never going to take another drink. And I says, Uncle Dennis, that's a fine resolution. You betcha it is, says he, whipping out a bottle. Let's drink to it.
Well, anyhow, I'm making some resolutions for myself. I've just written out a list.
Yeah?
Yes. The first one is lose some weight.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm afraid I'm going to have to start watching my figure.
Now, I've been watching... I've been watching your figure for years, baby, and you don't have to worry about it. Not a bit.
You don't think so?
No, sir. Your figure's fine. For your age. And weight.
Thank you, I think.
Oh, why worry about it? My gosh, when a girl's been married as long as you have, baby, people don't expect her to have the figure she had as a girl. Hey, what you doing? Scratching out that resolution?
No. I'm scratching out the second one.
What's that, the second one?
Only have kind thoughts about McGee.
Oh.
Go get your hat now.
Okay, I'm
Wait.
Oh.
Come in. Oh, hello, Ollie.
Well, hello, Mrs. McGee. You stopped in to say Happy New Year.
Well, the same to you, Ollie. We were just getting ready to go New Year's calling ourselves.
We were just talking about New Year's resolutions, Ollie. Did you make any?
Yes, Mrs. Resolved to took setting up exercises. I want to be like I was back in Sweden when I work out in the gymnasium.
Oh? Were you an athletic boy?
Oh, sure, McGee. I used to hang from trapeze all morning and swing from parallel bars all afternoon.
Well.
My arms get used like iron, but there was one trouble.
What was that, Ollie?
My legs get so puny I had to walk on my hands. So starting now, I'm going to took setting up exercises every night.
Yeah, at night?
Sure, that's when my daughter Christina's boyfriend comes over and he rates the ice box.
Oh?
Well, long as I'm setting up guarding the groceries, I might as well be taking setting up exercises.
Say, Ollie, is this Christina's steady boyfriend, the one with all the knuckles?
That's the one, Mrs. The football player.
Oh, yeah.
Jumbo Stone, his name is. He's a quarterback with a fullback appetite. You know, Christmas night, we have 2 turkeys in the icebox. Jumbo Stone comes over, next morning, 2 carcasses.
Young Stone polished off both birds, eh?
Yeah. And my missus says now she knows what the whole saying means, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Then, Happy New Year again, both you fellas.
Same to you, Ollie.
Billy Mills in the orchestra and Wonderful.
Mr. Wimple's house. Push the buzzer, dear.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Wimple.
Happy New Year, Wimp.
Hello, folks. My, what a nice surprise. Do come on in.
Thanks.
We decided to pay our friends a good old-fashioned New Year's call. Is Mrs. Wimple home?
No, Sweetie Face has gone to a meeting of her club.
Oh?
The Women's Institute to Civilize Husbands. Known for short as the Witches.
Sounds like a worthwhile group.
Yeah. They're holding an election today, and Sweetie Face expects to be made chief witch.
Oh?
I feel that she's the perfect choice. I gave her a lovely broom for Christmas.
Well, how sweet. Oh, I see you have some new things since we were here last, Mr. Wimple. That bookcase, for one.
Yes, that's new.
Beautiful.
Sweetie Face built it herself with her own big old hands.
My, that's remarkable.
She also built that coffee table.
Really? Well, it's lovely. And such a cute crocheted dolly on it.
Yes. I do nice work, too, don't I?
You run up that doily, Wimp?
Yes. Would you like to see some bath towels I crocheted, Mrs. McGee?
Oh.
One says, hers on it, and the other says, his by courtesy of hers.
Some other day, Mr. Wimple. We have more calls to make.
Oh, you mustn't leave until I give you some refreshments. How about a slice of this fruitcake?
I'm afraid we
Oh,
haven't time.
sure, we got time. Back off a hunk for me, Wimp.
All righty. I'd join you, but I made a New Year's resolution not to eat sweets or starches. Here's your cake.
A resolution? Boy, you don't catch me messing up my... Hey, is that more food there on the table?
Yes. Just a little snack I fixed for Sweetie Face.
Looks good.
Would you care for some potato salad on another plate? Say when.
No fooling, Wimp. That resolution stuff is for the peasants, you know it? I ain't making any because the guy don't need them when he leads the good, normal, healthy, friendly, kindly, honest, sincere kind of life I lead. Boy, when?
Heavenly days. Honestly, McGee, I was ashamed of you. Did you have to make such a pig of yourself?
Where do you get that pig stuff? Did you ever see a pig eat potato salad and fruitcake?
Oh, you know what I mean. What about the ripe olives and the smoked oysters?
They weren't as good as that turkey sandwich, boy.
Oh, dear.
Hey, I hope the tribute home's going to come here's his house.
Happy New Year, Mr. Mayor.
Well, it's the McGees. Come in, come in.
New Year's calling the trib. We're out seeing our friends, so we thought we might as well see you, too.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Another friend of yours is here, too. Hello, Molly. Hi, pal. Happy New Year.
And Mr. Wilcox, the same to you.
Greetings, Junior.
Well, sit down, both of you.
Thanks.
It's great to relax with my friends a little. Spent most of the morning at the City Council meeting where I delivered my annual New Year's address. I said, and I quote, "Members of our City Council, as Mayor of Wistful Vista, I feel that our fair city will make great strides during this year of 1949. In my opinion,
Mr.
it is
Mayor. This is 1952.
Good heavens. I've delivered that same speech for 4 years and forgotten to change the day. You should make a New Year's resolution to write a new one for next year, Mr. Mayor.
Don't you start with resolutions, Junior. None of that stuff for me. I say it's a lot of poppycock, and I'm one poppy that ain't going to go off half-cocked. That's silly stuff.
Oh, now, wait a minute. There's nothing silly about it, pal. Everybody makes New Year's resolutions. Why, certainly. I've resolved to give up cigars. I've made a resolution myself.
As Julius Caesar said when the boys ganged up on him, et tu, brutal. Which means the party's getting rough.
Well, what did you resolve to do, Mr. Wilcox?
To take more walks and get more fresh air. That's a fine idea, Harlow. Yes. Instead of walking to the market just once a day to buy a dozen cans of pet evaporated milk, I'll walk there 12 times a day and buy 1 can at a time.
You buy 12 cans of pet milk every day?
Well, of course. Doesn't everyone?
This may curdle your whole outlook on life. No, they doesn't.
Mr. Wilcox, what do you do with all those cans?
Why, I carry them around with me, Molly. Huh? When I eat in a restaurant, for instance, I always leave the waiter a can of pet milk for a tip instead of just money.
The next time you go back, they can't find a table for you.
No, on the contrary, pal, they're eager to serve me.
Is that so?
Yes, you see, waiters are experts on food, and they know that pet milk is the secret of so many rich, nourishing, delicious-tasting dishes. They know that food cooked with pet evaporated milk is extra good, and extra good for you.
Good for you, Mr. Wilcox.
And then there are the little children.
Ah, yes, the little children.
I often see them outside a candy shop.
Yeah.
Their little noses pressed against the glass, yearning for the goodies they cannot buy.
Ah, yes.
I beckon them to me, and in each tiny hand I place a can of pet milk.
But you never buy 'em any candy.
Oh, no. Certainly not. I'm sure they'd rather have pet because they've heard their mothers say how pet milk helps them to grow strong and tall. How it builds their little bodies into sturdy young manhood.
The girls, too?
And young women. How it helps them build straight bones and good sound teeth.
Someday, Junior, as you walk towards them little kiddies outside the candy store with the cans of pet milk rattling around in your pockets, them little kiddies are going to look at you and say, Mr. Wilcox, you clink.
If I may interrupt this discussion a minute. How about some refreshments, Molly? Some cake? Some ice cream?
No, thanks, Mr. Mayor. We've been eating all day. One of us has.
I'll have a little, Homer.
Well, hold the dish, McGee. There's plenty of ice cream. Just say when.
Okay, boy, dish it up.
All right.
The reason I get such a bang out of these resolutions you guys make, Luther, is on account of because I made a stack of them. Oh, I made them last year at 8 o'clock in the morning. And what time do you think I busted them? 10. I didn't say when, I said 10.
Oh, pardon me.
That stuff is okay for you guys that need to improve yourselves, but a guy that leads the kind of a good, normal, healthy, friendly, kindly, honest, sincere kind of life I lead don't need 'em. When?
Sweet Genevieve.
Let's see now. The old-timer lives along here somewhere, doesn't he, dearie?
Next house, kiddo. Hey, you know, Molly, this New Year's calling is kind of fun.
Why, sure it is. Although you must have added 20 pounds since we left home.
Well, hello there, kids. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too, Mr. Oldtimer.
Yeah, we're just out New Year's calling, old time.
Well, come on in, kids. Come in.
Thanks.
I'll have to excuse the looks of my room door. Kind of mussed up.
Cozy little joint you got here, old timer, if you can stand it.
May not be a castle, kids. Maybe the decor ain't exactly modern, but to me, it's a goat's nest.
Well, we can't stay but a minute. We just thought...
Hey, let me get you kids some refreshments. It ain't every day you come New Year's calling. How about a piece of cake?
No, thanks.
Now you're talking, boy. I'm starving.
Oh, this is wonderful cake, kids.
Good.
Bessie made it for me with her own two little hands. Hand me that hammer and chisel, son.
Chisel? What kind of cake is it?
Pound cake, daughter. I'll pound you out a piece of it. When I sit down today to write out my New Year's resolution, I said...
Resolution? My gosh, you go for that bunk, too.
I've always been a great hand for New Year's resolutions, kids. Made my first one when I was just a child of 21.
21.
I said, and I quote, I hereby resolve to stop chasing after girls.
Chasing girls? Did you stick to it?
No, I sure did, Johnny. From that day on, I never chased another girl. Just women. Have some more pound cake, kids. Let's go for celebration.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
King's Men and swinging down the lane.
Sleigh bells ringing, voices singing, and all the world's aglow. Come on along and go. Put on your earmuffs, your mittens, and galoshes. Let's go slouching in the snow. Everybody hand in hand, swinging down the lane. Everybody feeling grand, swinging down the lane. That's the time amidst the bliss that we might have known. On a night like this, when I'm all alone, when the moon is on the rise, sunny and blue, watching lovers making eyes like we used to do. When the moon is on the wane, still I'm waiting all in vain. Should be swinging
find this whole thing very amusing, Molly, this New Year resolution routine. Even the old-timer goes for that stuff.
I think you'll find it's a pretty popular custom, though, dearie.
Not with me, it ain't, Sissy. Just think for a minute how those guys have took all the fun out of life for themselves.
Well, now that...
Holy, taking setting up exercise.
He's ambitious.
Latrivia's giving up cigars.
He was smoking too much.
Wally Wimple going to cut out sweets.
He gained a pound last year.
Wilcox is going to take a long walk in the fresh air every day.
It'll keep him healthy.
And even the old-timer going to bed early. Ha! Give me a slice of that fruitcake, will you?
Fruitcake?
Yeah.
Look, we're walking along Oak Street, dearie. I don't have any fruitcake.
In your purse.
In my purse?
Yeah. I put a few slices of fruitcake in your purse at Latrivia's house.
Oh, no.
Sure. Oh, I wrapped it up good, nice in a napkin.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
There.
No wonder this bag felt so heavy. Here, take it all out of here.
No, thanks. One piece is enough for now, Tootsie. I'll ask you when I want another one. Oh, hey. By a strange coincidence, Doc Gamble's office is right here, Molly. Let's look in on the old boy.
Oh, this is a holiday, dearie. He won't be in his office today.
Don't you worry, he'll be in.
Well, look who's here. Happy New Year, Molly.
Same to you, Doctor.
And a jolly greeting to you, even, my boy.
Happy 52, Fatso. What'd I tell you, Molly? While normal people are home resting up like they're supposed to, old Money Hungry here keeps his office open so he can get rich off of the sick and the wounded.
Now, McGee, that's a terrible thing to say.
I'm just kidding, Doc. Personally, I regard you not only as a friend, but as a guy that he's the most prominent doctor in Wistful Vista.
Well, thank you, but I'm not really very prominent, I'm afraid.
Oh, sure you are, Doc. Why, my gosh, your stomach alone is as prominent as any other complete doctor.
McGee, you'd better move out of that glass house before you start throwing any rocks.
Oh, he doesn't bother me, Molly. I'm used to him. What did he do? Make a New Year's resolution to be more impossible than ever this year?
Resolutions. Ah.
He didn't make any this year, Doctor.
No.
It is his contention that one needs no resolutions when one lives a good, normal, healthy, friendly, kindly, honest, sincere kind of life, Doctor.
Who?
Me!
I didn't recognize the description, Chiselhead.
Well, I've had a lot of laughs out of all the silly resolutions I've listened to so far, Fatso. I will say, however, that all the hosts that we've been guests of up to now have all had the courtesy to offer us some kind of refreshment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pig Nose. It was thoughtless of me. I have something here that a patient of mine brought me. A beautiful fruitcake. Fruitcake. Oh.
What's the matter? Something wrong, dearie?
Well, look at his face. That's as pretty a two-tone green as I've ever seen. What's the matter, my boy?
I don't know, Doc. I just looked at that fruitcake and all. Oh, my stomach.
Oh, dear.
Huh? What's he been eating today, Molly? Besides fruitcake, cookies, candy, potato salad, smoked oysters, turkey, salted nuts, and 8 or 10 cigars.
Popcorn balls, Doctor.
Oh, that's just great. Take off your shirt, McGee.
Okay, Doc. Oh.
Is he wearing a life preserver under his undershirt, Molly? Oh, that's McGee.
Doctor, that is Christmas living.
Has he been getting any exercise?
Well, he's been striking a lot of matches. He likes his own cigars, you know.
He do any walking?
3 times a day, Doctor.
Oh.
The Davenport to the table and back to the Davenport.
Oh, yeah. What is it, Doc? Is it serious? You can tell me. I'll be brave. Hold my hand, Molly.
All right.
Oh.
It's the life you've been living, my boy.
Oh.
Nothing drastic, but you'll have to mend your ways a little.
Anything, Doc, anything. Oh. What do I have to do?
5 simple things.
Yeah.
Simple. Molly, you see that he does them.
Right, Doctor.
No cigars. No sweets. Regular exercise. Get to bed early.
Oh.
And take a long walk every morning.
Oh.
Happy New Year resolutions, dearie.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. Since this is the day for resolutions, suppose you resolve in 1952 to have more delicious meals at lower cost. Not possible? Oh, yes, it is. When you use Pet evaporated milk. There are so many ways you can use Pet milk in place of foods that cost more. For breading chops and cutlets, for example, use Pet milk in place of eggs. In mashed potatoes, use Pet milk in place of butter. In your coffee, use Pet milk in place of cream. And in special whipped cream desserts, use low-cost Pet milk in place of expensive whipping cream. You can use Pet milk these many ways because it's a concentrated milk, concentrated to double richness by evaporation. And in every case, the food you fix with Pet milk will taste extra good and cost less. That's right, for Pet milk costs less generally than bottled milk or any other form of milk, and much, much less than cream. So in 1952, do as other good cooks do. Use Pet evaporated milk and enjoy better food at lower cost.
Are you comfortable there on the Davenport, dearie?
Yeah, I feel okay, I guess. Gee, I'm sure glad I got a chance to visit all our little friends before I got took sick.
Well, that's a very nice thought, dearie.
Yeah, it would have been awful if I'd have got took sick before I got a chance to eat all that swell turkey and potato salad and smoked oysters and fruitcake and popcorn balls and all the rest.
Rest, dearie. You need rest. Especially your mouth.
Okay. Good night.
Good night and Happy New Year, everyone.
The first evaporated milk, Pet milk, brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you? Have you ever tried to change your whole life just by changing your looks? Well, that's what a young friend of Sally Carter's does with surprising results. In the story of the week on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program next Saturday morning. And immediately following the story of the week, Mary Lee Taylor gives you the special husband-tested recipe of the week for a main dish that's a big hit with men, barbecued corn and meatballs. Be sure to enjoy Pet Milk's big double-feature Mary Lee Taylor program next Saturday morning over this same NBC station.
This program was transcribed. Next, it's Playhouse on Broadway on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents The Great Gildersleeve. It's The Great Gildersleeve, starring Harold Perry, brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of a complete line of famous quality food products.
Happy New Year. I'm making no resolutions this year. I'm just going to be a bad boy. That's my only resolution. I'm going to be a bad boy.
What a terrible way to start the new year. But before we condemn our hero, let us review the tragic events which have put him in this desperate frame of mind. It all started with Gildersleeve's plans for Summerfield's annual costume ball. When he got his costume, he naturally wanted to tell somebody about it.
Well, I won't actually tell her. That would be against the rules. I'll just let her guess. She'll never guess in a million years. Avast there, me proud beauty. Open the hatch before I blow it in. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo-ho, in a bottle of hello, Eve.
Why, Throckmorton.
Got my costume for tomorrow night, Eve. Right here under my arm.
Oh, no, you mustn't tell me what it is, Throckmorton. That would spoil all the fun. No one's supposed to know who anyone is till the time comes for the unmasking.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you, Eve. But wouldn't you like to guess?
Well, come in anyway.
Thanks. Well, take my coat off. I got to be getting right along home. Well, go ahead and guess, Eve.
Oh, I I don't think that would be fair, Throckmorton. You might start hinting.
Oh, go on. Guess what I'm going to be.
Humpty Dumpty.
Why do you guess that?
I don't know. He's kind of roly-poly, and you asked me to guess.
Guess again.
Henry VIII?
Well, I get mixed up on those kings. Which one is he?
The fat one. The one with all the wives. You know, he...
Why do you guess only fat people?
I've guessed only 2, and you insisted on my guessing, you know.
All right, I'll give you a little help. 15 men...
Oh, no, you don't. Now, be fair, Throckmorton. I want it to be a surprise.
But, Eve, the whole thing's a lot of nonsense. As soon as I call for you tomorrow evening, that'll give the whole thing away. By the way, what time do you want me to call for you?
You were planning to call for me?
Oh, of course.
Oh, I wish I'd known that before.
Of course I'm going to call for you if I'm taking you to the ball.
I didn't know you were taking me to the ball. Oh, I'm afraid it's too late now.
What?
You never asked me, Throckmorton. You never did.
Well, gosh,
I waited, and you never asked me.
Gosh, I took it for granted that you and me, you and I...
And I took it for granted since I never heard from you that you'd invited someone else. So I accepted another invitation.
Listen, you sold me the tickets to this thing. I had a right to assume you were going with me.
Well, I sold over 50 tickets, Throckmorton. I couldn't go with all of them.
Nuts. Gosh, if I'd had the slightest idea, Eve. I've got my costume here and everything. You couldn't just...
Not now. I couldn't possibly. I'm sorry. But when you're inviting a lady to something, it's customary to invite her, you know.
I suppose you're going with that gym teacher again.
He was kind enough to invite me. And he's very nice, really. I'm sorry there was a misunderstanding, Throckmorton. I'll save you a dance if you like.
Don't bother.
Oh, now, Throckmorton, don't be a baby.
Who's a baby? I was going to be a pirate, but now I won't be anything. Won't even be there. Hello, Miss Fenwick? How'd you guess? I bet you're surprised to hear from me. Say, do you happen to be doing anything this evening? Oh, you are... Well, I just thought... Well, I just... Well... Same to you, Miss Fenwick. Nuts. What's the matter with this town? New Year's Eve and everybody's going someplace. Oh, well... Leroy, will you tell me what you're doing running around in my long underwear?
That's not underwear. I'm Captain Marvel.
In that bath towel.
That's my cape.
Look here, young man.
You want to see one of my mighty feats of strength? I can make this whole house disintegrate. All I have to do is say, Shazam!
Leroy?
Ooh, I said it. Lucky thing the house didn't hear me.
Calm down, will you? What are you getting dressed up for, anyway? You're not going anyplace.
I know, but everybody else is. Gosh, I want to have some fun.
I'll be here with you, my boy, the whole evening.
That's no fun.
What?
I thought you were going to the ball.
Ball? I'm doing nothing of the kind.
But I thought...
I decided the whole thing was silly. Childish. I didn't want to go in the first place.
Marge is going.
Oh, no, she's not.
She is, too. She's going with Jerry Walsh.
Now, look here. I had this whole thing out 2 days ago.
Don't holler at me. I'm not the one.
Go upstairs and tell your sister to come down here.
Hey, boy!
Oh.
Come down here!
I said go up and tell her.
She heard me. What do you want? I want you!
I don't know what I have to do to get obedience around here. Marjorie, what's this I hear?
About what?
About your planning to go to the ball this evening? With that Walsh boy?
Leroy? I didn't say anything. I didn't mean to make any trouble, Marge. I just said what you said.
Never mind that. The point is, I told you 2 days ago, my dear, you were not going to that ball.
But, Unky, it's the first thing Jerry's ever invited me to. He's one of the stars of the basketball team. If I turn him down at the last minute, he'll
You
never
could have turned him down 2 days ago. I told you then.
You said you'd think it over. You said you'd see.
I said no. Besides, I've thought it over. The ball is no place for a girl your age. It's apt to turn out to be a very rowdy affair. That's why I'm not going myself.
I think you're mean.
Moreover, I don't want you going around with that Jerry Walsh. From what I hear, he's inclined to be wild. All basketball players are wild. One of the wildest boys I ever knew was a basketball player.
Oh, why don't you let her go?
Listen, who's running this house, you or me?
I didn't know anybody was running it.
You go upstairs.
To bed now?
Well, go away anyway. This is just between your sister and me.
Sorry, Roy.
Go on, Leroy. Disintegrate. Shazam.
Okay. Telephone!
We heard it.
I'll get it. Hello?
Hey, Unc, you want to play me checkers?
Quietly, Roy. I can't hear.
Not now, Leroy.
Later, huh? Later, will you play me checkers?
Leroy!
We'll see, Leroy.
I'll set up the checkerboard just in case.
Will everybody kindly, for heaven's sake, be quiet? Francie? I can't go. My uncle.
Yes.
I know. And what do I tell Jerry? The first thing he's ever invited me to. I mean, I'll be so humiliated I'll just die.
Yes.
My costume? I don't know. Burn it, I guess. What good is it now?
Costume, eh? Didn't know it'd gone as far as that. Well, I can't give in now.
Now, that is not true, Francie. My uncle is really very nice if you know him. It's just about this one thing. He seems to be a little old-fashioned.
You needn't look at me, my dear. You have my decision.
Well, I don't know. He's being so stuffy about everything these days, but I'll ask him. Uncle Mort, if I can't go to the ball, can I at least go over to Francie's and spend the night?
Oh, so Francie's mother wouldn't let her go to the thing either, eh? I told you it was no place for young girls.
Well, may I?
I see no objection as long as you're in bed by a reasonable hour.
Miracles will happen, Francie. He said yes. I'll be right over. What?
Excuse me.
Well, Bertie, you're all dressed up.
Yes, sir.
You look super, Bertie. I wouldn't know you.
Well, thank you, Leroy. You're looking well yourself.
You mean my football helmet?
I don't think he's had that off since Christmas.
Yeah, take it off, Leroy. You want to be bald?
Okay, goodbye, Francie. Be right over.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a happy and prosperous New Year's. Is it all right if I go now?
Yeah, same to you, Bertie, and you go right ahead. By the way, where are you going?
Well, it's starting over to Jack Chase's house. Goodness knows where it'll wind up.
Oh? Well, I suppose that's your idea of a way to have a good time. My idea of the way to spend New Year's Eve is just sitting quietly here by the radio, laying plans for next year.
Well, a man can't break any bones that way. Enjoy yourself, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yeah, you too, Bertie. Happy New Year.
Hey, aren't you going to play checkers? I've got the board all set up.
Oh, I suppose so. Just when I'm sitting down.
I'll let you have the first move.
Oh? Well, there.
I expected that.
I suppose she's leaving by now with that gym teacher.
Your move, Unc.
Oh? They'll all be there. Eve, Floyd, Peavey, Hooker, all of them. Everybody but me.
Yours, Unc.
What's that?
Your move.
Oh. Well.
Ha!
Leroy, it's your bedtime.
You haven't got your mind on the game, Unc.
I'll admit I haven't got my mind on the game, but you go to bed anyway.
Do I have to?
Yes, it's 11:15.
Okay, gosh. Good night, Unc.
Good night, my boy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's happy about it? Marjorie out, Bertie out, Leroy in bed. Well, I suppose I could listen to the radio. I've missed a date with Judy, though, and Fibber McGee.
Here, all milling about in the street down here below us. As I say, the crowd is milling about in the street here below us, and it is now just about 1 minute to midnight. The crowd waits, milling about in the street here below us for the new year to come in. Let's listen to them for a moment.
Gosh, it's midnight there already. That means it's 11 here. Clock's slow.
Well, it's just about time. It's the moment we've all been waiting for here. So now let's see how they're taking the new year in the dear old South. Take it away, Atlanta.
Atlanta? Yeah, Leela could be there.
For your listening pleasure, the music of Joanna Copeland and his orchestra coming to you from the glamorous Magnolia room of the Jefferson House. And now, here's a lovely little lady, one of the guests here. Won't you step up to the microphone, honey? Tell the folks what you think of this celebration.
Well, I just think we're all just having just the loveliest time here. And I just love New Year. And I just wish you all could be here. Because we're just having the loveliest time. I declare I think...
And there it is. Happy New Year, folks.
That girl, she sounded just like Leela. She couldn't have been, though. Leela. How many New Year's Eves have I spent with Leela? Oh, lang syne, my dear. Oh, lang syne. We will take a cup of kindness yet. Like fun, we will. Leela, where is she now? Married? To somebody else. And Eve stood me up for a gym teacher. Yeah, that's what you get for being a gentleman. After all the nice things you do for them all year. And the chips are really down when it's New Year's Eve, what do you get? Left at home twiddling your thumbs while they're off cutting up with somebody else. Oh, shut up. Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm making no resolutions this year. I'm just going to be a bad boy. That's my only resolution. I'm going to be a bad boy. And by George, I'm going to that ball, too. If nobody wants to go with me, all right. I'll be a lone wolf. Yes, sir. I'll get into my pirate suit and I'll go down there, and if anybody thinks I'm fooling, she'll find out.
We'll join the great Gildersleeve at the ball in just a minute. Tonight, the folks at Kraft extend their very best wishes for a happy, healthy New Year. They also want to pledge their best efforts to produce for you in 1947 more of those fine Kraft food products that have been so much in demand and often so hard to get these past few years.
That sounds very promising, Mr. Lang. And I hope especially they'll be making more parquet margarine. It's our family's favorite spread for bread, but still a bit scarce, you know.
Well, then, here's some good news. Kraft hopes to produce much more parquet this year. Of course, some of the fine farm products from which parquet is made are still in short supply, but the outlook is a lot brighter. And as more of these wholesome farm products become available, we'll be rushing parquet margarine to your dealer, fresh and country sweet in flavor, the same fine quality as always. So look for it in your favorite food store. Look first for the margarine of Kraft quality. Look first for Parquet, P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet margarine, made by the Kraft Foods Company.
Pardon me. Pardon me. Hey, look where you're going. Floor slippery. Better pull for the shore, mate. Join the stag line over by the punch bowl. Pardon me. Pardon me. Well, a fellow pirate. Shiver my timbers and a yo-ho-ho.
Yo-ho-ho yourself.
Peavey, is that you? I never would have known you.
Yeah, it's me, all right.
I'll bet you don't know who I am.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Happy New Year, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Somebody must have told you. Say, Peavey, I'm looking for the stag line. You know where it is?
Sure, this is it right here.
You mean you're the stag line? Where's Mrs. Peavey?
She's dancing with George Washington. As soon as I can cut him out, we're going home.
George Washington?
Judge Hooker. There they go now. Oh, hello, dear.
Hooker, the old goat, in knee breeches and silk stockings. Well, there's no use standing here moping, Peavey. We're pirates. Let's be pirates. Grab ourselves a couple. Say, how about that lady bareback rag?
I noticed her myself. Interesting costume.
You said it. Come on, let's grab some girls, Peavey.
You grab one. I'll watch.
Huh? Have to wait till the band starts again anyway. Now what?
Ladies and gentlemen, your kind attention, please.
Chief Gates. Is that who it is, Peavey?
That's right. He's the Grand Marshal. Must be going to say something.
Your attention, please. It's been called to my attention that some of the gentlemen have been smoking here in the auditorium. Smoking in the auditorium is against the fire regulations. Gentlemen who wish to smoke will kindly go outside, or they can smoke in the boys' locker room in the southwest corner of the building. I thank you.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, going to try for the bareback rider?
You bet. What's more, I'm going to get her.
Well, go ahead. Here she comes.
Don't worry, I see her. If I can...
Hi, Commissioner. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Peavey.
Happy New Year.
For heaven's sake, another pirate? Is that you, Floyd?
It ain't Captain Kidd. Well, I'll see you later. I got my eye on that lady bareback rider.
Oh, no, you don't. I got my eye on her.
So what? It's a free country.
You're a married man, Floyd. Isn't your wife here?
Sure she's here, but there's no law says I gotta dance with her all night.
So you lay off that lady bareback rider.
You better get this settled, gentlemen. Here she comes.
Yes, she's mine. Don't move, Floyd. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Hey, beat it, will you? I just got her a minute ago myself.
That doesn't make any difference. You're supposed to... Nuts.
What happened, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, a fella just got her. I decided to give him a break.
Horse feathers. She's just choosy, that's all. I tried her a couple of times myself.
Oh, is that so? Wait till next time around. I'll show you.
Here comes something, Mr. Gildersleeve. In the hula skirt there. Looks pretty good. For you, I mean.
Hula skirts? Say.
Listen, Commissioner,
I don't need any advice or help from you, Floyd.
Okay.
Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
You sure may.
See you later, pirate.
I'll be darned. He got her.
Yeah, he got her all right. I tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen.
What do you mean?
That's the wife. Well, serves him right for being such a bullhead.
I remember when I was first going with Floydie, Mr. Gildersleeve. He used to take me to dances all the time.
Yeah.
He used to be nice and light on his feet, but he's terrible now. I suppose it's from standing around that barber chair all day. That'd give anybody fallen arches. And then he's put on so much weight.
Yes.
Whatever it is, I'm crazy about dancing, but he don't seem to care for it.
Would you like some punch or something, Mrs. Munson?
Oh, no, I'm not thirsty. I'd rather just dance, Mr. Gildersleeve. He told me one time he wished I was a blonde instead of a brunette, so I went and got my hair bleached. You should have heard him holler. Do you think I look better blonde, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I guess so. I mean, not particularly. I mean... Hi, Floyd.
Hi, Commissioner. Swell party, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's nice to see Floydie enjoying himself for a change, as long as I'm having a good time, too.
Yes.
Floydie and I had a terrible argument about my costume. He said he thought a hula skirt was too undignified, but I know what he meant.
Yeah.
He meant he thought I was too old for it.
Oh?
But I guess I showed him. What I say is a girl isn't too old unless she feels too old.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm too old for a hula skirt, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Mrs. Munson, will you excuse me for a minute? I have to go to the boys' locker room.
Well, Gildy, Happy New Year. Why aren't you dancing?
I've been dancing, and you know it. Why didn't you cut in on me when I waved at you?
That hula skirt didn't fool me.
Old goat.
Say, here comes the lady bareback rider. Who is she anyway?
I don't know.
My impression is she's a little too popular for the likes of us.
Us? Speak for yourself, Hooker. There's nothing the matter with me. Just watch me. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Oh, for Pete's sake, I just got her myself.
What of it? You're supposed to let another fellow. I'll report you to the Grand Marshal. He's a friend of mine. Nuts. Well, here's one don't look bad. Pardon me, fair maiden. May I cut in?
Throckmorton. Of course you may.
Eve. Gosh, I didn't know it was you. You look wonderful in that, whatever it is.
What a nice compliment.
It's a fact. Wouldn't have known it was you.
I'm supposed to be an Arabian princess.
Well, I'm a bold, bad pirate holding you for ransom. Say, how about shaking this fellow you're with? We could go over to my place.
Oh, I don't think I could do that.
Why not? And the chief again, the big show-off, stops the music every 10 seconds or you make a speech.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. In a few moments, we'll have the main event of the evening, the gentleman's foot race. followed by the unmasking, the grand march, and supper.
A foot race on this floor?
The regulations, as agreed on by the arrangements committee, are as follows. The ladies will line up at the east end of the auditorium, and the gentlemen at the opposite or west end.
Yes.
At the signal, the men will race to claim their partners. First come, first served. That is, whoever you catch is your partner for the grand march and for supper, which will follow immediately. I thank you.
Shall we dance some more, Eve?
If you like.
Say, Eve, I've got an idea. Let's have supper together. Tell this gym teacher you promised me the supper dance.
But Throckmorton, you just heard the announcement. Everyone is supposed to race for supper partners.
Oh, we could get around it. We could sneak out right now and come back after the race is over.
Why, Throckmorton, that would be cheating. But if you win the race fair and square, I'd love to have supper with you.
Race on this floor? Against a professional athlete?
Well, if you don't care enough to try...
Pardon me, may I cut in?
What the... Oh, him.
Oh, hello, Arthur. Thank you so much, Throckmorton.
You're welcome. My George, I'd like to show her. And that muscle man, too. Lionel Strongport. We could figure out a way to win that race. Oh, why don't you look where you're going?
All ready for the main event. Are the ladies in their places? Yeah. Gentlemen in their places? Yeah. All right. I'll say 1, 2, 3, and then strike this gong, which has been kindly provided by Chick Miller, our orchestra leader. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I made it! I choose the ladies' bareback line.
Mr. Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve is the fastest man in the crowd. Let's give him a hand.
It wasn't so much.
How in the dickens did you do it, Commissioner? Everybody else was sliding around and falling down.
I went outside and put on my rubbers.
Well, I'll be darned.
I used my head, that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone will now unmask.
Well, here I am, fair maiden, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, at your service. Come on, you have to take yours off, too. Marjorie! I forbade you to... That costume, why, it's disgraceful. And now I'm stuck with you for supper.
You're stuck. I wanted to eat with Jerry, and now he's got somebody else.
By George, I've got a mind to spank you.
Happy New Year, Marjorie.
Same to you, Miss Goodwin.
Oh, I think it was sweet of you to choose Marjorie as your partner, Throckmorton. After all, New Year's Eve is a time for families to be together.
Oh, what's the use?
Sing, Marjorie.
Acquaintance be forgot, and days of old were nigh.
Sing on, Keith.
Nuts. Oh, lang syne, my dear. Oh, lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. Darn it, I can't even manage to be a bad boy.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again shortly. I suppose every one of us would like to know what's ahead in 1947. Well, at the Kraft Foods Company, we have high hopes that delicious country sweet parquet margarine will be available in larger quantities this coming year. More parquet will be produced just as quickly as more fine, wholesome farm products are available. And perhaps the time isn't far off when there'll be plenty of parquet margarine for everyone. And here's one thing you can be sure of. Every single pound of parquet you buy in 1947 will be the same fine quality as always. Rich in good flavor, high in food energy. Every pound reliably fortified with 15,000 units of vitamin A. So look first for this margarine of Kraft quality. Look first for Parkay, P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parkay margarine, made by Kraft.
Pass the cinnamon rolls, will you, Marjorie?
Uncle, you have 4.
I don't care. I don't feel good. I need nourishment. For heaven's sake, can't the chief even let us eat in peace?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The committee of judges have asked me to announce the name of the lady they have chosen as Queen of the Masked Ball. I am happy to announce that Her Majesty is Miss Marjorie Gildersleeve Forrester.
She's my niece. She's my niece, do you hear? By George, Gildersleeve blood will tell.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. It is written by John Whedon and Sam Moore. The music is by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley as Leroy, Louise Erickson as Marjorie, and Lillian Randolph as Bertie. Judge Hooker is Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand is Mr. Peavey. This is John Lang saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company and inviting you to listen in again next Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Good night. Happy New Year. See you in Memphis next week.
It's one of the finest desserts you can imagine. Yes, rich, velvety, smooth ice cream made with Frizz. That's F-R-I-Z-Z. Frizz is a new Kraft product women are raving about. It makes real homemade ice cream that has plenty of milk and cream in it. Just add water, a little sugar, and freeze according to directions on the package. Frizz is made by an exclusive process that retains the fresh cream flavor. Gives you ice cream that freezes smoothly. Flavor variations from vanilla are easy. 6 generous servings from one package of Frizz.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Reynolds Aluminum Program with Fibber, McGee, and Molly. The Reynolds Metals Company, makers of Reynolds Aluminum, presents Fibber, McGee, and Molly, transcribed with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryant, Dick LeGrand, Gil Stratton, Jr., and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Keith Fowler and directed by Max Hutto with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. If houses could talk, yes, if houses could talk, they'd be asking many a homeowner to make a special resolution for this new year. They'd say, resolved, that never again shall rain or melted snow pour off my eaves and down my walls, to freeze for people to slip on in winter, to make mud for kids to track in summer. They'd say every home deserves good, tight, rust-proof gutters and downspouts. Yes, rust-proof, because a rusted leaking gutter can be worse than none at all. Well, now, of course, the answer is Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum gutters and downspouts. They cost much less than any other rust-proof material. They go up so easily without any soldering. And they look really handsome, forever, without painting. Make a resolution now to put up Reynolds Lifetime Aluminum gutters. See your local dealer or write to the Reynolds Metals Company, Louisville 1, Kentucky. Year
after year, a certain citizen of Wistful Vista has tried to wangle an invitation to the New Year's Eve dance at the country club, with no luck. But today is different, because look who's bursting through the front door now with a loud mouthful of happy talk as we join Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Hey, Molly.
Here I am, McGee. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's right. Kiddo, I'm carrying the biggest piece of news since Paul Revere left the livery stable. We are going to the dance at the country club tonight.
You're joshing.
I'm not joshing. Not only that, my dear. We're going as old man McDonald, the president of the Third National Bank, and his wife's guests.
Oh, McGee.
Yes, sir.
I've been dreaming of that country club dance for years.
Well, this is it.
Well, now, if this turns out to be a joke by the Seven Sisters of Maud Murphy, you'll regret it.
You just listen, kiddo. I'll tell you how it happened. I was driving back this morning from 2 holes of golf.
Yeah?
I lost my ball on the third. And there, stalled beside the road, was old man McDonald's car. You know, that big black limousine that looks like it's on its way to a gangster funeral?
I know the one.
Well, old man McDonald had his head in the hood, see? And he was littering the highway with dirty spark plugs and dirtier language. Well, I stopped and went over to him.
Friendly, was he?
Well, we exchanged greetings. I said, having trouble? He said, no, I stopped here for a picnic, you idiot.
This begins to have the ring of truth, McGee. Go on.
Finally, he yanked out the carburetor and threw it at a nearby gopher, and we got to talking.
What did he say?
He said he started for the country club on account of he was chairman of the dance committee and wanted to check the decorations.
Now I see. You drove him to the club.
Right. There and back. Oh, he was real grateful, kiddo. Softened up like a bar of soap in a Turkish bath.
And that's when he invited us to the dance,
Yep,
huh?
while we were out at the club. He even gave me one of his special Corona Balloon cigars. You know, the kind he only hands out to personal friends about the size of a salami.
Well, you never mind the Corona baloney now. We're really going to the country club.
You betcha. We're mixing with the E-Light tonight, baby. And you'll be the belle of the ball. That's what you'll be, the Bella.
Oh, McGee, it's like a wonderful dream.
Yeah, me too.
For years we've tried to get invited to that dance.
Yeah.
So you don't think we'll be snubbed when we get there?
Them snobs snub us? You're the guy that old man McDonald gave a Corona Balloon cigar to his wife. That means we're in, kiddo. This is it. The rest of them may be the upper crust, but old man McDonald is the caraway seed on the top of it. Why, with him behind us, Molly, we...
Come in.
Hi, daughter. Hi, Johnny. Hello there, kids.
Well, hello, Mr. Old-Timer.
Hi, old-timer.
What you doing for New Year's Eve, kids?
Oh.
Want to come out with me and throw rocks at the street lamps?
Not us. We're going to the dance at the country club, boy.
Oh, too bad. I was counting on you.
Yeah?
I ain't had a real big New Year's Eve since I was with that old gang of mine.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I sure miss them kids.
Really?
Gee, but I'd give the world to see that old gang of...
Don't get carried away.
Oh, what a great old gang.
Yeah?
There was Eddie and Jim and Teddy and Slim. There was Iggy and Mike and Piggy and Hortense Mandelbaum.
Hortense Mandelbaum? Why would she want to be in the gang?
Just got tired of being a campfire girl. The fun we had on New Year's Eve.
Yeah?
The old gang had us a 2-piece band, kids.
Yeah?
And every year we played for the dance at the Daughters of the Volunteer Firemen's Hall.
A 2-piece band, huh? Must have been pretty sad music with just 2 instruments.
Oh, we had plenty of instruments, Johnny.
Oh?
But we could only play 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Old Lang Syne and John Brown's body lies a moldering in the grave.
And you played those 2 all evening?
Nope. We saved Old Lang Syne until midnight. The rest of the time, John Brown's soul went marching on at different speeds.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there to hear that.
Johnny, Until you've heard John Brown's body played as a rumba, you just ain't lived. It was cool, man.
Real George, eh?
I'm sure that it was delightful.
One year we figured out a special stunt.
Yeah?
I dressed up as the New Year's baby with a bed sheet wrapped around my middle.
Well, that's a novel idea.
At midnight, the crowd stopped dancing. The boys struck up Should Old Acquaintance Be Forgot. I walked out on the stage, and the end of my sheet got caught in the xylophone.
And you kept walking?
Yep, and my sheet kept unwinding. I was one old acquaintance that crowd never forgot. Happy New Year!
Billy Mills in the orchestra and Glowworm.
Excited about tonight, McGee.
Yeah, you said it, me too.
The country club dance at last.
Yeah.
Ah, that's high society.
Yeah. You stick with me, Tootsie, and I'll get you into society so high your nose will bleed.
My, I've just got a million things to do this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll go to the beauty shop.
And I'll go to the barber shop.
Oh, I can't wait to spread the word around at the beauty shop.
Yeah, and I'll spread the word around at the barber shop, too. And the Elks Club, and Kramer's Drugstore, and any place else I can trap an audience. Boy, will I tell Doc Gamble.
Oh, when I tell Mabel, too. Who's that?
Oh, looks like the kid from Kramer's Drugstore. Come in.
Hello, Ed. Come in.
Hello, Mrs. McGee. Hi, Mr. McGee.
Oh, hi, Eddie.
I can't stay but a minute. I was out delivering stuff for Mr. Kramer this morning, and I lost something somewhere, so I was kind of backtracking.
Well, you didn't come here today, Ed.
Well, I didn't think so, but, gosh, I stopped to see my new girl for a minute this morning, and I kind of got absent-minded. Mr. Kramer was pretty sore when I came back without it.
What, Ed? What'd you lose?
His truck. I left it someplace.
My gosh, boy, you must have got absent-minded.
Sounds like quite a girl, Ed.
Oh, Virginia's real dreamy, Mrs. McGee.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. We're going to the football game tomorrow. Wistful Vista College plays Slow Rapids Agricultural in the Rhubarb Bowl.
Well, that ought to be a titanic struggle.
Oh, Virginia's one of the cheerleaders. Twirls the baton, too.
Oh.
Sounds like a talented girl.
Oh, sure is. Her girlfriends claim that she's got a swelled head, but she hasn't really.
Oh?
It's just a little lumpy from the baton falling on it. Oh, I wish you could come to the game tomorrow and watch her work.
Well, we'll be out late tonight, Edward. The country club dance, you
Oh,
know.
you should see her go. Oh, she sort of throws her head back and her golden curls kind of stream out in the breeze, and she opens her little rosebud mouth and says, "Break their backs, break their necks, turn them into total wrecks." Oh, gee.
Yeah. Sounds very glamorous, Ed. You think the team will win tomorrow?
Well, we could, Mr. McGee. We haven't won a game this year so far.
My goodness, must be a pretty terrible team.
No, we got some darn good players in there. There's a halfback named Crazy Legs Brown who's a great runner, and an end named Crazy Hands Jones who's a great pass catcher.
Well, then how come they never win a game?
Well, I think it's the fault of the quarterback, the way he calls the signal.
Oh?
His name is Crazy Head Smith. Well, I better get back to Virginia's. Back to Kramer's. Goodbye now.
Yeah, well, so long, Ed.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
You know, when those youngsters fall in love, they really forget everything.
Mr. McGee, excuse me.
Yeah, Ed.
What did I come by here for?
Kramer's truck, remember?
Oh, that's right. I lost it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Where were we when they came in?
Well, we were talking about all the things I have to do this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Take your tux to have it cleaned.
Yeah.
Go to the beauty shop. Say, do you think I ought to wear a corsage tonight?
Not with your figure, kiddo. You don't have to strap yourself into one of them whalebone jackets.
McGee, a corsage is a bunch of flowers.
Oh, corsage. Oh, sure, I'll get you some flowers. Yeah, not a little dinky bunch either. How'd you like a double chrysanthemum to stick in your hair? Or maybe a horseshoe of roses to hang around your neck?
No, dearie, all I want is an orchid. Just one teeny orchid.
Oh, just one orchid. Okay, if you say... Hey, I'll call Bagley's Flower Shop and tell them to send one over right away. Hello, operator. Give me Bagley's Flower Shop. That's B-A-G. Is that you, Mert?
Oh,
How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? What's that, Mert? Your brother went hunting. Oh, shot a wild lion down, eh?
he was shooting wild lions in Africa?
No, ducks at Dugan's Lake. Shot standing up for a while, and then he shot a wild lion down. What's that, Mert? Yeah, well, I didn't do it right anyway. Okay. Line's busy. I'll call him later.
We can stop by there. You
Yeah.
better get the car out and I'll put on my face.
Okay.
Hello, Molly. Hi, pal.
Hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hi, Junior. I'd ask you to sit down, except for two things. One, you're already sitting down, and two, get up. We're getting ready to leave.
We are going to the country club dance, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, my gosh.
I and Molly are going to be the guests tonight of old man and Mrs. McDonald, the banking family, you know.
Oh, yeah. Say, that's a pretty fancy crowd, that country club set.
Yeah, my friend Mac was telling me they're leaving next week for a vacation trip, Junior. Wanted me to come along, but he didn't say so.
His friend Mac, that's Mr. Old Man McDonald.
Well, say, I could tell him about a wonderful spot, pal.
Yeah?
One of the most beautiful winter vacation places of all. The island of Jamaica in the West Indies.
Jamaica, huh? Oh, well, come on, Molly, let's get
The winter vacationer will find everything in Jamaica, kids. Golden beaches, palm trees, luxurious hotels. You can get a travel folder on Jamaica by just writing for it, pal.
Oh, you can?
Sure. All you do is write Jamaica on a postcard with your name and address and send it to Box 319, Radio City, New York 20, New York. That's Box 319, Radio City, New York, New York. You'll not only find a beautiful vacation spot, but you'll find something else that's very important, too.
What's that, Mr. Wilcox?
Bauxite.
You got indigestion, son?
Bauxite, pal, is the ore from which aluminum is made.
Oh, you're always sticking your oar in, Junior.
You see, Jamaica has the world's largest deposits of bauxite. Yes, and Reynolds Jamaica Mines Limited has pioneered in their development.
Now he's sneaking the Reynolds boys in by way of Jamaica. Come on, let's sneak out of here, Molly. We got to get...
The Reynolds Metals Company is building a huge new processing plant near Corpus Christi, Texas, right now, to take care of that Jamaica bauxite.
Oh?
They already have an aluminum plant there with a capacity of 160 million pounds a year.
Well, I'm glad they're getting a new one. Must have been awful cramped in that little old 160 million joint. Well, grab your hat, Molly. We got...
And wait a minute. At Arkadelphia, Arkansas, another new Reynolds aluminum plant will add 120 million pounds yearly.
Hardly worth mentioning. Grab your tux.
Yeah, in 1953, the Reynolds Metals Company will reach a total production capacity of 829 million pounds a year.
Wow.
Think of it. 829 million pounds of aluminum.
Yeah, that ain't tin. Well, grab your coat, Molly. We got to get...
Well, That's Reynolds' New Year's report to the nation.
Yeah.
More aluminum, more vitally needed aluminum.
Yeah.
You want more figures? More statistics?
No. Just more silence. That's McGee's New Year's report to Wilcox. More silence. More vitally needed silence.
Somewhere back there you mentioned Jamaica, Mr. Wilcox. It sounds lovely, and if any of those country club people mention winter vacations, I'll see that McGee tells them where to go.
Well, I hope he gets a chance before they tell him where to go. So long, kid.
I'll back the car out now. You put on your coat and let's get on downtown.
Let's see. I left my evening slippers at the shoe shop. Your tux will be ready. Oh, there's Mrs. Spradley's limousine.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Spradley. See you at the country club dance tonight. Her car windows were closed.
Yeah. Going 40 miles an hour, too. What were you saying?
I say your tux will be ready when we start home.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Oh, hello, Dr. Gamble.
Well, season's greetings, my dear. Hiya, Clodhead.
Hello, Satchel Bottom. I'd like to stop and gab with you, but I find it too dull. So long.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the hurry?
Tell him, Molly, tell him.
Well, you'll be interested to know that we're going to the country club dance tonight, Doctor.
Oh? Well, congratulations. I didn't know you moved in those circles.
Well, we will from now on, Beltbuster. Must seem pretty impressive to a guy that the only circles he moves in are the ones his tummy makes as he waddles along on his little duck feet.
Where'd you get the invitation, Molly? It was you they invited, of course.
It was not.
Oh?
For your information, and boy, do I love to do this to you. Old man McDonald asked me.
Good heavens, that twitch of his must be worse than I thought. Seemed all right yesterday, but I better go and
wait
see
a minute.
him.
Quit crying, you big faker. Look at how scared he is, Molly. He's afraid I'll start taking my business to Dr. Goldenrod, you know, the society doctor. But don't worry, little boy, don't worry. I'll still drop into your humble office now and then and let you give me a check.
Oh, thank you. That's more than you've given me since 1939.
You'll probably see our pictures in the society news tomorrow, Fatso. That country club bunch is my type of people, you know.
My heart bleeds for them.
I like the type of people that know how to enjoy living. There's some very high livers in that crowd, boy.
Yes, and some very low stomachs. Molly, goodbye.
So long,
The King's Men with wonderful Copenhagen and no two people.
Copenhagen, wonderful, 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 wonderful Copenhagen, friendly old girl of a town. Beneath her tavern light on this merry night, let us clink and drink one down. To wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, saw the old queen of the sea. Once I sailed away, but I'm home today, singing Copenhagen, wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen for me. Wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, what a town, what a sweet, wonderful town. What a merry, merry sight on this merry, merry night. Let us clink and drink one down.
Come on and drink her down to
wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, saw the old queen of the sea. Once I sailed away, but I'm home again today, in the arms of the only one I love.
Two people have ever been so in love. Been so in love. Been so in love. I'm telling you, no two people have ever been so in love as my lovey-dove and me. This is unique, the positive peak. Oh, we are the most unusual couple in no two people have ever mooned such a moon, such a June, such a June, such a spoon, such a spoon. I mean to say, no two people have ever been so in tune as my macaroon and I. And when we kiss, and when we kiss, and when we kiss, and when we kiss,
it's historical, hysterical, cataclysmic. Wow! No two people have ever been so in love, been so in love, been so in love as we. No wonder it's wonderful here in Copenhagen for me.
Hurry up, dearie. I'm due at the beauty shop.
Yeah, I want to get that barber shop. Oh, wait. I want to tell Ole about tonight. Hey, Ole. Hi, boy.
Hello, missus. You too, McGee.
Hello, Ole.
We haven't got time to stop and talk, Ole. We're going to the country club dance.
Well, I didn't holler at you, McGee. You was the fella that hollered at me.
Yeah, well,
I was just stood in here sweeping off the Elks Club steps, and you hollered, "Hey, Ole, hi, boy." And that's all, missus.
That's right, Ole.
Yeah.
And don't call me boy.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I and Molly...
Move the feet, McGee. I'm speaking.
Oh. Well, anyhow, I and Molly are going to the country club dance tonight with my old friend, Old Man McDonald.
Your old friend?
Yeah.
That's the old man McDonald that last week you left your umbrella in the chair, and after he sat on it, his chest is clear around the lobby trying to stab you with it? That old friend?
Well, we were just playing.
Maybe you were playing, but if I didn't flip McDonald with a pool cue, I'd be one of your pallbearers now. Move the feet, McGee.
Huh? Oh. Well, if anybody's looking for me around here tonight, Ole, Wimp or Mort Toops or anybody, just tell them I and Molly are at the country club dance, will you?
Give your wife my regards, Ole, and Happy New Year to you both.
Well, thank you, missus. And to you, I say Happy New Year, too. And to you, McGee, all I can say is move the cockeyed feet.
Oh. So, if you give me a good job of barbering, Frank, I'll throw all my friends at the country club's business your way. Hey, watch that razor, boy. I got tender ears.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Give me another hot towel first. I figure a guy ought to look his best for a country club dance. My wife's over at the beauty shop getting the works. Like I said to my old friend, Old Man McDonald, you call that a hot towel, Frank? Give me a hot one.
Yes, sir.
Mac, I said, if I was you, I'd take the $40 million and I'd have me invest it for you. Because
Hot towel?
Now!
Now, just relax, Mrs. McGee, and I'll give you your facial.
All right, go ahead.
I'll pack the cream firmly into the skin, dear.
When we get to the country club dance tonight with Mr. and Mrs. McDonald, I want to look my best.
Oh, you will, dear. Your skin is just a little dry, but...
Well, I'm sure you'll fix it beautifully. You did such a wonderful job on my friend Mabel, too. When she came in here last week, her face looked like a cheap alligator purse.
Yes, I remember.
But when you got through with her, it looked like fine, expensive leather.
There you are, Mr. McGee. Shave, haircut, and a singe. Anything else?
Yeah. Douse me with the most expensive smelling stuff you got in the shop, Frank.
Yes, sir. Coming up.
You about ready to go, McGee? It's 6:30.
Any minute, kiddo. Oh, come on, slap it on, Frank. Ah. Boy, that smells great. Hey, Molly, can you smell it?
Oh, indeed I can, dearie.
Yeah. Back up about 3 steps, will you? You smell it now?
Yes, I can.
Well, back up a little more. You still smell it?
No, I can't smell it outside here.
Well, come on, douse me again, bud. I want them country clubbers to know I'm coming the minute I hit the driveway. Dead rat, these bow ties anyhow. Collar keeps popping open and... there. If I can keep that collar closed till I get my tie tied now.
Well, I'm all ready to go, McGee. How do I look? What time is it and how you doing?
Well, beautiful, 8:30, and awful. I can't get my bow tie tied.
Here, let Mother do it. Hold your chin up. Now hold up the other one. That's it. Men don't know how to tie ties.
Well,
There you are. You look so handsome.
Oh, sure.
What an evening this will be. That was certainly a lucky break this morning when Mr. McDonald's car broke down.
Yeah, well, I'll get your coat.
How does my dress look in the back? All right?
Oh, it looks wonderful.
Oh.
You'll be the darling of the social set tonight.
Oh?
If you could have saw me walking around that country club this morning, waving that Corona Balloon cigar and criticizing the decorations, you'd have been so proud. Just when we're trying to leave. Come in.
Hey, daughter. Hey, Johnny, did you hear the news? A fire, big fire.
Fire?
Where?
I just come from watching it, kid.
Where?
The country club. Burned to the ground.
The country club? Why, that can't burn down. We're going
Oh,
out.
it was quite a sight, kids. Clean to the ground.
Oh, this is awful. Do they know what caused it?
The insurance people are working on it now, son.
Yeah?
Seems like somebody laid a Corona Balloon cigar down this morning that fell in a pile of decorations. Smoldered a while.
Oh, this is just sickening.
Burned clean to the ground.
return in a moment. To all of you, when you sing Auld Lang Syne tomorrow night, we hope you are surrounded by good friends, by old acquaintances who should not be forgot. That's the human side of living. But in material things, what you look for always is the new, the better way. And in your kitchen, in all your cooking and food keeping, that means Reynolds Wrap. The original and genuine, the pure aluminum foil. Make sure you start the new year right by stocking up on Reynolds Wrap at your grocer's. He has it in standard 25-foot rolls and in jumbo economy rolls 75 feet. Ask for it by name, Reynolds Wrap. Made by the world's largest producers of aluminum foil, the Reynolds Metals Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have better luck with your New Year's Eve plans than Molly and I did.
Yes, but whatever your plans for seeing the new year in, please be careful.
And whatever you do, drive carefully.
Please drive carefully. Don't get hurt. It's not a very happy new year when you look at it from a hospital bed.
Good night, and Happy New Year.
Good night, all.
The Reynolds Metals Company, pioneers of progress through aluminum, brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Reynolds Aluminum also brings you Mr. Peepers, starring Wally Cox on NBC television Sunday nights. See your local paper for time and channel. And don't forget to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Transcribed. Tonight, play Two for the Money with Herb Schreiner on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip, the famous salad dressing that's so good it outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Why is Miracle Whip so good? A special Kraft recipe, fine ingredients, and expert blending all help make this the wonderful salad dressing it is. The salad dressing that can make your salads more delicious than ever. Get the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. It's made by Kraft. Well, it's New Year's Eve, but let's go back an evening and pick up the great Gildersleeve and his nephew Leroy in pursuit of their favorite diversions. Leroy is looking forward to seeing a movie, and his uncle is looking forward to seeing Miss Tuttle.
Uncle, you sure you don't want to go to the movie with me instead of going to see your girl?
Leroy, don't ask silly questions.
You're going to miss a peach.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I don't understand why a guy turns down a swell movie just to sit and hold hands with a girl.
We don't hold hands.
Then you're silly if you don't go to the movie.
Leroy.
Okay.
Watch it, young man. I don't mind admitting that I'm thinking of becoming seriously interested in Miss Tuttle.
Unc.
Yes, my boy?
I hate to see you wasting your time, so maybe I ought to tell you.
Tell me what?
A snapshot dropped off Miss Tuttle's desk one day, and I picked it up. Guess who it was?
Her mother?
Not wearing a major's uniform and a mustache.
Oh, I know about him, Leroy.
Yeah? He's a Marine, and they don't give up easy.
He doesn't mean anything to Miss Tuttle. She has his picture on her piano, but she never mentioned it.
Handsome, huh?
Well, uniforms and mustaches do some things for some very homely people.
When are you going to get a uniform?
Leroy.
Just kidding, gosh.
Well, tonight's the night. Grace promised to let me know if I could take her out New Year's Eve. If she gives me that date, then I'll know where I stand. Well, good evening, Grace.
Hello, Throckmorton. Come in.
Thank you. Here, I picked these up at the florist.
What lovely roses. Here, let me take your hat.
Thank you. I see you still have your mistletoe up.
Oh, I let it stay through the holidays.
Why'd you hang it on the mantel over the fireplace?
It's so decorative.
Well, it has other uses, you know.
Really?
If a man tried to kiss a girl under that mistletoe, he'd catch fire.
Now, Throckmorton, you just come away from that fireplace.
Yeah, all right. I'll sit over here on the piano stool.
Excuse me while I put my flowers in some water.
You go right ahead. Yeah, I don't know if she likes me or not. How can I go about sewing up that date for New Year's Eve? Oop, here's that picture of the Major, staring at me over his silly mustache. I'll bet he waxes it.
What are you frowning at, Throckmorton?
Yo, I see you have some new music here. Glowworm. Glow with glowworm. Hey, Grace, speaking of glowing, how about glowing out with me on New Year's Eve?
I suppose you think I've been awful about that date.
Well, I've been happy to wait, patiently. But Grace, tonight's the last night.
Well, really, Throckmorton, I haven't meant to keep you waiting, but...
Well, maybe we could talk it over better if there weren't so many people around.
What do you mean?
Why don't I turn the Major's picture to the wall? Two's company, but three's a crowd.
Oh, Throckmorton.
Now, what about it?
I'm sure we'll have a wonderful time.
You mean I have a date?
Mm-hmm.
Well...
What are you playing?
Something for the Major. Goodbye forever. Why, George, I feel great this morning. What a girl. What a date. What a New Year's Eve this is going to be. Well, better clear my desk. Get ready for 1953. It's Grace and me in 53. Come in. Hello, Peavey.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
What are you doing out at the drugstore?
Oh, I fly the coop once in a while. I had to come down to City Hall today on a tax matter.
Are they checking up on you, Peavey?
No, I'm checking up on them. I'm entitled to a refund.
Make a mistake, did you?
No, I paid them too much on purpose. I like to get money back from the city.
Oh, my goodness. Sit down, Peavey, while I clear my desk.
Well, from the looks of it, I don't think I can sit that long.
It'll only take a minute. I just have to dispose of this unanswered correspondence.
Mr. Gildersleeve, can you get by with stuffing it in the waste paper basket?
If it's anything important, they'll write me again.
Well,
anyway, I'm too happy about Miss Tuttle.
Miss Tuttle?
Grace, I should call her, since she calls me Throckmorton.
My, you're getting on pretty friendly terms.
Yep.
I've been married 30 years, and I still call Mrs. Peavey Mrs. Peavey.
Well, you never can tell what 1953 will bring. I may be calling Grace Mrs. Gildersleeve.
You don't say.
Yeah, I can hardly wait until tonight to see her again.
You have a date tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I was sort of hoping we could ring out the old year together.
Oh?
Mrs. Peavey's still visiting her mother, and I didn't much care to go home and sing Auld Lang Syne with the parrot.
Well, Miss Tuttle and I are stepping out. Sorry, Peavey.
Oh, I don't want you to feel sorry for me, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm glad you don't.
So I'll go with you.
You will not! George, I look pretty sharp if I do say so myself. Makes a man feel pretty good to wear tails, even if it's a short tail like a tuxedo.
Hiya.
Hello, Leroy. Your old uncle's dressing for New Year's Eve. Do I look like I'm ready for the crystal room?
Keen. What are you going to do, wait tables?
Leroy, you know why I'm wearing this tuxedo?
What'd you do, buy it?
Well, not exactly.
Rented it, huh?
If you must know, yes.
Boy, get a load of those patent leather shoes. Where'd you rent those?
I bought them.
Hey, you must have gotten that date with Miss Tuttle.
Who did you think would get it?
Well, that Major.
I don't think we'll hear much more about him, my boy.
Yeah?
Now, let's go downstairs.
I'll clear the way for you, Unc. Hey, Bertie, look what's coming down the stairs.
My, just look at that clam.
Hello, Bertie.
Is that the water commissioner and his soup and fish?
No, it's a big fish getting in the soup. He's in love again.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Mr. Gildersleeve, folks usually fall in love in the spring, and here it is the dead of winter.
Unc's way past spring. If he's going to fall in love at all, it has to be winter.
I bet Miss Tuttle is proud to be stepping out with you in that rig.
Well, I'm lucky, too, Bertie.
Yeah, Unc took her away from a Marine major.
Mr. Gildersleeve picked on the Marines, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's about the size of it.
Yes, sir.
Unc, I'm proud of you. You're doing all right, aren't you?
Well, I'm not one to brag. But Miss Tuttle is obviously interested. And obviously I make a good catch.
Oh, brother.
I'll get it!
Yeah, I'll take it on my way out, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Probably somebody wishing us a Happy New Year. Hello?
Throckmorton, this is Grace.
Oh, yes, Grace. I was just on my way over.
Well, I don't know how to say this except to just say it.
Right?
I'm terribly sorry, but I'll have to ask you to change our date tonight.
Who?
I've had a tentative date for New Year's Eve for a long time. That's why I kept putting you off.
The major, huh?
He got a last-minute leave, and he's coming all the way from the base, so there's really nothing else I can do.
There isn't, huh?
I do hope you'll understand. Happy New Year, Throckmorton.
Happy New Year.
What's the matter, Unc?
What?
Something happened between you and Miss Tuttle?
Oh, no. Everything's fine. Yeah, I'm on my way now.
Well, and who was it?
Just somebody wishing us a Happy New Year. How does a man spend New Year's Eve alone in a rented tuxedo?
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. 'Twas the night before New Year's, and all through the place, all the people were sad. Not a smile lit a face. The hostess was treating each guest with great care, hoping for laughter and gaiety there. Then, in a flash, she knew what was the matter. The food she was serving just couldn't taste flatter. So out to her kitchen she ran straight away for the stuff that would make all her guests holler, yay. Remember, for sandwiches, salads with zip, don't you forget to serve Miracle Whip. As poetry, that may not be so good, but as advice, it's terrific, because Miracle Whip salad dressing makes salads and sandwiches taste so much better. Miracle Whip has a lively, teasing flavor folks call just exactly right. And it's a flavor no other salad dressing has, because Miracle Whip is made from a secret craft recipe, a recipe that combines the qualities of zesty, old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. Miracle Whip has just the texture you want, too, creamy thick and smooth as satin, because it's blended with special craft beaters. Try this wonderful salad dressing. So many people like Miracle Whip so much, it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created, and actually outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Get Miracle Whip the very next time you shop. Well, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. Dressed in his rented tuxedo, he was eagerly anticipating New Year's Eve with his new girlfriend, Miss Tuttle. Already he was hearing the whistles, ratchets, and horns. Then came the sour note. Miss Tuttle phoned and canceled the date.
After all my big talk, I can't let Leroy know she called it off. I'll have to keep up the pretense and just wander around the streets until after midnight. It's going to be tough to do in these new shoes. My feet burn already. Hey, looks like Peavey is still open. He wanted me to do something tonight. Right, George, I'll celebrate with Peavey. He'll appreciate me. Nothing like your old pals on New Year's Eve. Hello, Peavey.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Nothing, Peavey.
All dandied up for your date, I see.
Well, yes.
I bet you're just dying to grab a horn and get noisy.
Not especially. There's no hurry.
Yeah, I'm just about to close up and go home.
You're not in any hurry, are you, Peavey?
Well, there's nothing to stay here for. At least I can go home and talk to the parrot.
Peavey, I've decided to take you up on your proposition and spend New Year's Eve with you.
How's that?
We'll celebrate together.
You didn't have to wear your tuxedo for me.
No, Peavey?
I'm sorry if your date didn't pan out.
Oh, I'm not. What'll we do, Peavey? Where'll we go?
Well, I'm not dressed to go out. We could pull the blinds and ice up a Coke.
Great idea, Peavey. You break out the Cokes and I'll pull the blinds. Yes, sir. This is the way to spend New Year's Eve, Peavey. Pour me another Coke.
Got it right here in the ice bucket.
Yeah, Peavey. Women can be a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's for you to say. I'm married.
Now, you take Miss Tuttle. I thought she was true blue. She phones me at the last minute. You can't count on them.
You can count on them to change their mind.
Yeah, they hand you one disappointment after another. Peavey, that's been the history of my life.
Well, you've had some interesting chapters. I can remember way back when you were in love with the widow Ransom.
Yeah, that Leela gave me fits. What a woman.
Yes, she was. Like I always said, she was the kind of woman that'd make a man burn down his house.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years since I've seen Leela.
Well, that's right. She did come back to town, didn't she?
Yeah, I was engaged to Adeline Fairchild at the time. She heard about it and arranged a rendezvous with me at the Palm Room.
That's a nice place to rendezvous.
I'll never forget. She was waiting behind a potted palm when I walked in. Leela, I didn't see you behind that potted palm.
I heard you coming, so I thought I'd play peekaboo.
My George, it's good to see you.
When I heard you engaged, I just had to see you, too. You know, little old addle-headed me.
Leela, you're a little devil.
You think so, Throckmorton?
Same old Leela. Say, you're doing your hair different.
Oh, well, I was wondering when you were going to say something, and you haven't even looked at my new dress.
Well, I didn't think I should, being an engaged man.
Really? Oh, by the way, I haven't congratulated you.
Thank you. Leela, I hope you understand.
Good gracious, yes. When a girl's best boyfriend becomes engaged to a girl's cousin, who can understand better than that girl?
Leela, I'm glad you're taking it like this.
Throckmorton, I wish you every happiness.
Thank you.
And I hope you can find it with Adeline. Of course, now that you're engaged to be married, I bet you'll never think of little old Leela again.
Oh, yes, I will.
I'm afraid I'll think of you, too, sometimes. Throckmorton.
Yes, Leela?
You're holding my hand.
I am? Well, still shaking it from the congratulations.
We can't carry on the way we used to.
No, guess not.
Remember that beautiful summer day we packed a lunch and went boating up at Grass Lake? Just the two of us.
I was thinking about that last night.
You had your arms around me, showing me how to row, and the boat got stuck on a sandbar.
Yeah.
And big old strong you carried me ashore because you didn't want me to get my bathing suit wet. Throckmorton.
Yes.
You're holding my hand again.
Yeah. Sorry, Leela. I thought I was leading you back to the car.
You weren't leading. You were squeezing.
Sorry.
You naughty boy.
Those were wonderful days, Leela.
Mm-hmm. Every spring when my lilac bush bloomed, we fell in love all over again, Throckmorton. Head over heels.
Head over heels? Leela, I'm all mixed up.
Oh, you poor darling. Tell Leela all about it.
Well, if you'd been here, I never would have gotten engaged to your cousin Adeline.
Wouldn't you, honey?
No, this never would have happened.
Throckmorton, do you know what you're saying?
What did I say?
Well, that if I'd been here, you'd be engaged to me now.
Well, if you'd said yes.
Well, I'm here and I say yes.
Huh?
Now all you have to do is explain everything to Adeline.
Explain what?
That you and I are engaged.
I'm engaged to 2 women.
You were in quite a pickle there, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It wasn't my fault, Peavey. Those 2 girls were responsible.
What did you ever do about that?
Well, when a man's engaged to 2 girls, what should he do but back out on both of them?
I guess that little showgirl helped you to forget, didn't she, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Katie Lee? Now, there was a girl.
As I recall, she hit town with her guitar on a rainy day.
Yes, the Green Mountain Girl. I helped her over a water puddle into the theater, and she invited me backstage to dry my clothes.
While your coat's drying, we can sit out here on the stage and talk.
Fine. What do you do on the show, Miss Lee?
Oh, I sing a couple of songs. But you tell me about yourself, Throckmorton. Are you married?
No, I'm a bachelor. But I haven't given up the idea. You're not married?
No, I'm a gypsy, I guess.
Love gypsies.
I lead a roaming life, Throckmorton.
Well, Summerfield might be a nice place to settle down.
It might be. Well, let me sing you a song about a boy who met a girl in the wood. And this is just for you.
For me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, when I was a young boy and drove my mother wild, I met a maiden in the wood, and she said, "Child, look deep into my green eyes and at my autumn hair. When you're a man, you'll never see a girl quite so fair. Remember me, remember me, remember for the rest of your life."
Nice.
I swore when she vanished that when I was full grown, I'd have a girl just like her to be my very own. But now I am a man and I'd marry if I could. But I can't lose the memory of the girl in the remember me, remember me, remember for the rest of your life.
hard to forget.
Have another Coke, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I think I will. Darn women. Just when you get to liking them, they leave you.
Yes, they've been running through your life like a greyhound buzz.
Well, there was one I thought I could depend on.
You don't say.
Yep. My little nurse, Catherine Milford. But even she fooled me. I found out she was having dates with that young intern, Dr. Olson. I tried to put a stop to it, Peavey.
Naturally.
I wanted to get ahead of that intern. So I wrote her a note offering to go steady with her.
My.
Well, Catherine's out of that intern tonight. I'll slip the note under her door. Look at that moon. Wish I had the date. Who's that stopping in front of the house? Oop, here they are. I better get out of here. Here they come. If I make a break for it now, they'll see me. I'll just drop off the edge of the porch. Landed in the lily pond. Both feet. Can't stay here. Zeke. You'll hear that. I'm trapped. I just have to stand in it and hope they don't see me. Being in the lily pond at midnight would be hard to explain.
It's been a lovely evening, Clarence.
Now, Catherine, don't try to say good night so fast.
Well, I really should. I'd ask you in, but it's a little late.
Had a girl, Catherine. My shoes are filling up.
Well, is this the way you treat all your boyfriends? Send them right home?
Now, Clarence.
By the way, who's that funny-looking fellow you've been going with?
Oof.
Miss Gildersleeve? He isn't so funny-looking. He works for the water department.
You bet. And I could turn off your water, Doc. Wish I could drain this pond.
Why don't we sit here on the porch and swing a while?
Go home.
It's a little cold for the porch swing, isn't it?
Oh, not for a red-blooded couple like us.
You'd better watch it.
Well, we'll sit down for a minute. We don't want to catch the sniffles out here.
Well, if you do, Dr. Olson will take your case.
Pushy Swede.
What would you prescribe, Doctor?
Well, first I'd advise that you take preventive measures, my dear.
Oh?
The way to ward off a cold is to keep warm. Let's sit a little closer together.
Oh, now, Doctor.
Oh, what a sneaky way to operate.
Now, there's nothing so romantic as an old porch swing if there's a boy and a girl in it.
That's what I was going to say.
And just look at that big yellow harvest moon over there. Doesn't that suggest anything to you?
Now he's using my moon.
Well, it suggests I'd better be going in.
Yeah, get up and go, Catherine. My feet are freezing.
Oh, please, Catherine, just 5 minutes more.
Oh, my goodness. I'll just have to try to make myself comfortable.
What's that? Fish in your pond?
Oh, no. There hasn't been a fish in that pond since I've lived here.
That's what she thinks. Peavey, I had a cold for a week.
Yeah, I remember. You bought a lot of remedies from me.
That's the last woman who's going to make a fool out of me. No, I mean it. No, I'm through. Never again. That's my one and only New Year's resolution. I'll never look at another woman.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve. Peavey's Pharmacy. Yes, he's here. It's for you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Me? Oh, thank you, Pete. Hello?
Throckmorton, this is Grace.
Grace? Oh, yes, Miss Tuttle. Yeah, I mean, Grace.
I phoned your home, and Leroy thought you might be at Mr. Peavey's.
Yeah, here I am.
Well, I feel terrible about this, but my date didn't get to town, so I wonder if you'd still care to take me out.
Would I? Grace, I'll be right over. Bye. Boy, what a New Year's. She wants me, Peavey. I'll see you later.
My.
Peavey, don't look at me like that. This is different.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Resolved to give my family more appealing, more delicious meals than ever. Is that one of your resolutions this year? Then better make a resolution to always keep Miracle Whip salad dressing on hand, too. Miracle Whip does wonders for salads and sandwiches. Try it. See for yourself why Miracle Whip is America's favorite salad dressing.
All of us and all the folks at Kraft hope the new year will be full of good things for you. Let me say for them, Happy New Year, everybody. May 1953 bring good health and prosperity to you and peace to the world.
The Great Gildersleeve was presented tonight transcribed. Tonight play You Bet Your Life on NBC.